in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. If you like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
That's how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
I got hairy legs. I got worms.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
Proof of the pudding's in the eating.
How dare you?
This afternoon, we've seen a whole lot of table banging.
If you get a cough, please leave the room.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
You know, they used to say Abraham Lincoln got the worst press. I said there's no way he got worse than me.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. And well, let's begin the show here because we have a returning guest. He is a candidate to be, well, a member of Congress to represent you. We have Jarek Wilkins on the line rejoining the show. Jarek, how are you this afternoon?
Joey, I'm doing great. Been up in the swamp this week, and I'm glad to be back in Alabama.
Well, oh, wait, you were actually in D.C. this week.
Yes. Had some meetings up there, and trying to figure out some solutions. And but I can tell you, I'd much rather be in Alabama than in D.C. But there's a lot of issues, and that we got to work through. But it's been good.
Well, it's good to have you back in town in one piece, given what's going on up there right now. My goodness, we have Barry Moore calling in a little while, and I know he's just fit to be tied right now with all the infighting. I mean, as you see this, and for folks who don't know, Jim Jordan lost a third vote to be Speaker of the United States, or Speaker of the House. And so what do you make of the latest in this speaker fight?
Well, it's unfortunate that our party can't seem to come together. Jim Jordan is clearly a conservative, principled leader that can get things done, but there's just an example of the rhinos that are in there, and it just shows that it's why we need term limits. I mean, you look at these people that have been in there and that are supporting them, and it's just unfortunate that they don't see that we need to come together as a party and for the good of our country.
We really do, and one thing that is very frustrating is seeing all these folks traveling in the middle of, instead of actually getting these votes done and working through this. But I love your point about term limits, and for folks who want to learn more about Jarek here, of course you can listen to the rest of this interview, but if you're looking at the live stream, Joey Clark Live on YouTube, that's Joey Clark Live on YouTube, like and subscribe. You can see we've got a picture of Jarek pulled up. We pulled up to his website. And so on term limits, I want to kind of get into the nuts and bolts of this. First, what are the merits? Why do you think term limits would be effective in helping to drain the swamp?
Well, I think that people, when they go to D.C., they have good intentions. I mean, I see that even with our current incumbent that I'm running against. When we went there, he had good intentions. But then they get sucked into the swamp itself, and nothing gets accomplished. In fact, I've got a book coming out in December called Unshackling Democracy, Embracing Term Limits, Empowering Citizens. And I talk through a lot of these examples of why we see that citizen lawmakers are better equipped to handle our problems. Using an old automotive analogy, because you guys know I'm a car guy, it's how I've made my living for 24 years. I love the analogy, and it's kind of like this, and I've said it before, when you drive your car into the ditch, it requires a change of tactics, a change of direction, and a change of drivers to get it out. And it's the career politicians that have put us in this predicament that we're in, and we need business leaders. We need pharmacists and farmers and those that understand what's going on to step up and lead. And I was actually privileged to talk to some members of Congress that are just that. They are citizen legislators. They've been in the private sector for years, and my opponent hasn't been in the private sector in almost 4 decades. So we need people that understand our district more than they understand the D.C. swamp.
Amen. And now, what would a term limits amendment look like coming from you? Like, what would be the limitation on particular offices, Congress, whether it's the House or the Senate?
Yeah, so I've signed the term limits pledge, which National Term Limits has indicated that it is 3 terms in the House and 2 terms in the Senate. That's also legislation that Congressman Ralph Norman has introduced and has been co-sponsored by several members. And again, I think that's going to provide the framework for a constitutional amendment is 3 terms in the House and 2 terms in the Senate.
There you go. 3 terms House, 2 terms in the Senate. And so, I mean, I agree on the merits. I think this is something that should get done, but how do we get it done? What do you think is the path forward? I know there's been an effort going state by state. It sounds like if we get more members in Congress like you, we could maybe push it through the swamp. But what do you see the path to victory to get this done is?
Well, I think, unfortunately, it may take a convention of states for it to happen. I'm going to be pushing for legislation in Congress, and every amendment that's passed the Constitution has come through Congress, but of course the Constitution allows for a convention of states as an alternative method. And when we're trying to put restrictions on Congress, that may be the approach that we have to take. And I'm glad to see states such as Alabama have taken those actions, and we need others to join us so that we can get this done.
Well, here, and you have another amendment you would like to see pass. It would be a balanced budget amendment. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but let's go into that. What are the merits of a balanced budget amendment?
Well, we have a huge issue in this country. It's called $33 trillion in debt. Well, it's now 33.7, and it will likely hit 34 trillion very soon at the rate we're going. But I think that we need to require that Congress balance the budget. I mean, you and I at home, we can't pull out the Visa to pay the MasterCard and at least can plan to do that on any continuing basis. We have to have a budget, and we have to live within our means. And I also don't even think the members of Congress should get paid if they're not doing their jobs, and appropriations is one of those key responsibilities. Appropriation and oversight are the 2 fundamental responsibilities of members of Congress, and we're not doing either one of those effectively. And that's why we've got to make changes.
Here. And again, folks, we're talking to Jarek Wilkins. He is running to be your congressman. I'm sorry, I almost just called you congressman. Which district is this? Gary Palmer is currently at the 6th?
So it's Alabama 6, which goes from all the way from North Jefferson all the way down to Autauga and Elmore County. I was privileged to be in Autauga last night, speaking to the GOP there last night and meeting several local business leaders. And it's amazing to hear. I mean, I had the privilege of talking with a veteran entrepreneur who served in our military for decades and has recently started a business, and hear his challenges. And those are the type of people I want to represent. And that's why I look forward to being your next congressman for Alabama 6.
And it looks like you're I don't know if you're a member, maybe you are, with the National Rifle Association, with the NRA. This is a pretty standard question in conservative primaries, but what's your opinion on the Second Amendment?
Well, I am a lifetime member of the NRA, and in fact, I think the Second Amendment is second for a reason. It's there so that we can make sure the First Amendment is protected. And with what's going on at the southern border, what's going on in other parts of the world, it is absolutely fundamental that we protect our Second Amendment rights. And that's the Founding Fathers knew that it was important for a reason. That's why it's number 2.
And on the First Amendment, it seems like there has been a backdoor effort by the government. I know there are many folks who have been pressing this in court now, thank goodness. But essentially, instead of the government outright censoring speech, they're going through the back door of these major corporations, especially these social media companies, including the likes of Google and YouTube, but others you can think of. Where do you see this fight going? Because it doesn't seem like this call for censorship and so-called fighting disinformation is going away anytime soon.
No, and it's the serious issue with some of these woke left big tech companies that are out there. And in fact, I'm starting to see this firsthand as we've launched a political campaign, and they put their algorithms in place because they don't like conservative speech, and we need to start pushing back against that from a legislative standpoint, and let them know the First Amendment is fundamental in what we do. I'm glad that we have alternative platforms out there which you can connect with me on, and including Twitter X and Truth Social and some of these other avenues, and of course great talk radio shows like yours.
There you go. And on one big issue that is currently, I think it's a division, it's at least a dividing line, I think a healthy one within the GOP, is, say, the funding of Ukraine. Now, this has become even more complicated now, what we see in Israel. But when you think of American foreign policy and you think of how we spend our money here and abroad, what side of this line, so-called, do you find yourself on when it comes to how we spend funds abroad?
So I think we have to realize that we have to put American interest first. And when we look at Ukraine and Israel, first of all, they are not the same thing. Israel is our strongest ally in the Middle East. They were attacked by a terrorist-backed organization that, in turn, we actually helped fund through contributions to Iran. So we need to step up and help our closest ally in Israel. But the issue in Ukraine is there's no accountability on this war. There's no oversight being exercised, and there's really no plan for victory there. So I do have a problem with us continuing to borrow billions of dollars and send it to Ukraine. I do support Israel, do support our troops, and I also think we need to make sure that we're in a position to protect ourselves and to direct funding to the southern border for American security over Ukrainian security.
Here. And, with the southern border, are you sort of the all of the above type of guy, wall, but any means necessary to secure that thing?
Yeah, I mean, we need to, of course, build the wall. We've got to use technology. And I also think instead of us hiring 86,000 IRS agents, let's put ICE agents, let's mobilize the Guard, and let's stop the influx at the southern border. We've got drugs and terrorists flowing through the southern border. I am all in favor of legal immigration. Anyone that wants to come here and work and contribute to society, let's go through a process. Let's make the process better for them. But those coming through the southern border, we don't know who they are, and who knows how many Hamas terrorists are coming through there.
Right, and then I saw some pretty startling numbers on the northern border with Canada that I think it's been like a 10x multiplier from year over year. So as the southern border gets more attention, looks like more and more folks are coming in from the Canadian side of things.
It's just a failure by the Biden administration and lack of oversight by Congress that's allowing this to happen. We commonly hear Congress, we can't do anything. Well, they can. They control the purse strings, and they control oversight. Those are the two responsibilities of Congress, and our leadership is stuck in the ditch, spinning our wheels from career politicians, and we need business leaders who know how to get things done to get in there and start taking action. We've had plenty of time. We've had a decade of people theorizing about ideas and policy committees. We need someone to take action for Alabama and for our country.
Now, and for folks who didn't hear our first conversation, our first interview here on this show, tell them a little about your business background.
Sure. So I've been privileged to work in the automotive sector for 24 years. I ran dealerships for 20 of that, and the last 4.5 years I've sold them. I've done a lot of transactions throughout Alabama, from Montgomery to Huntsville, and then in many other states as well. So God has blessed us to be in a unique place in our lives where I can afford to take the time and the effort off to really to save our country.
Well, amen. And if folks, you want to support Jarek Wilkins, that's who we've been talking to, you can, of course, go to his website. That's Wilkins4, spelled out F-O-R, Wilkins4AL.com, Wilkins4AL.com. And so I imagine you're looking for volunteers, you're looking for donations. Is that the best way people can support you, the website?
Absolutely. Connect on the website. Follow us on our social media channels. We definitely need volunteers. I'm looking to connect in the community, so we're going to have door knockers. We're going to be making phone calls. And, of course, this all takes money. Fortunately, we're funding a lot of this ourselves, but to launch a campaign in a district as spread out as this, it takes a huge amount of effort. So I'm looking for grassroots efforts. I'm not like my opponent taking a bunch of dollars from D.C. I'm here to get money from ourselves, from the business community, and from the local grassroots volunteers.
Well, I really appreciate your time, Jarek, and best of luck. I'm sure we'll talk again before too long here. I've always enjoyed talking with you.
Joey, I lost you a little bit there. Bad connection here.
I said I appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll talk again soon. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
272-9228. Yeah, I guess we're getting a bad connection there. I had another guest telling me that about yesterday, so I guess we'll have to mollify that here eventually. Is that the word? Rectify it, mollify it, assuage?
Oh, nice.
Fix?
Fix, there you
Fix
go.
the problem?
Get that fixed. Get right on that.
Sorry, I had to bring it down
We'll get
where
it
the
done.
goats could get it.
Right.
And I'm calling you a goat, yes.
I am the
Not the goat. No, not
here
the
we
same,
go.
not the same thing.
I see.
But we've got Eddie Bader here. How you doing?
I'm all right.
We got Sky Mosley here. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Joey. Okay.
And in a second, we're going to have Congressman Barry Moore. He wanted to call in today because he is fit to be tied when it comes to these folks missing these votes for Speaker Jordan, or just for the Speaker of the House, anybody. But I think there's one guy on his way to Israel. I think there's another guy in the Alabama delegation on his way back home right now. So it's like Jerry Carl. And so it's like, what are we doing here? I thought everybody was on the same page. But as you hear the reports coming out of the back room,
yeah.
Oh, man, somebody threatened to whoop Matt Gaetz last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw a little clip on that, and Matt Gaetz kind of played it down a little bit. He just thought he was being
and also I think
over dramatic, perhaps.
According to Kevin McCarthy was speaking.
Yeah.
And this is behind closed doors, folks. McCarthy was talking, and Gaetz tried to get up and interrupt him. That's when all sorts of people started yelling at him.
Sit down.
And I think there was one guy named like Bost, B-O-S-T, Representative Bost, or whatever his name is. He goes, "You sit down or I'm going to put you down." Which I was like, man, I got to steal that line to say to Eddie.
Dude, Matt Gaetz looks like a vampire. I don't know if they should talk to him like that.
Really?
I mean, he really does, dude. He really does.
Dangerous man.
But you got to love that heat behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think this is the best part of the whole.
But do you
whole thing.
Is that just establishment against real conservatives?
No, I think this is
personality.
Ego versus ego?
Yeah. Like, for instance, Ken Buck is considered fairly conservative, but he's doggedly against Jim Jordan. You got other moderate squishes like a Don Bacon out there. Then you got folks that are, kind of just about fiscal policy. They're no-nonsense people that want to get things done. That's what you get for electing accountants up there, folks. But that's the nature of the beast, I suppose, for the time being. Before we keep going, tell us about the Alabama Gazette here, Sky.
I certainly will. That's your hometown conservative newspaper, the Alabama Gazette. You can find it at many fine business establishments throughout the river region. Serving Central Alabama proper, the Alabama Gazette always published under the banner of God, family, and country. Coming up on their 24th anniversary now. Yes, the Alabama Gazette celebrates 24 years next Thursday. That's October 26th. There will be a real big to-do down at their offices. That's 12 East Jefferson Street downtown. It's very close to the Biscuits Riverwalk Stadium downtown. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There'll be food and fun for the entire family. So please come join me at the Alabama Gazette offices next Thursday, October 26th, lunchtime. We'll be telling you more of that as we go forward. Meanwhile, please consider advertising with the Alabama Gazette. They share your values, your principles, and they have the courage to defend them and print them. That's 6 days until the big anniversary. The Alabama Gazette, 356-6700. There's also an employment opportunity as well. They are looking for a print layout design artist and also general office help. So the Alabama Gazette's got it all going on right now. 356-6700, the Alabama Gazette.
Appreciate that, Sky. Let's go to, this is David Johnson. Hey, David.
Hey.
How you doing, bud?
I am a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh,
thank you for
calling.
I'm fixing to say something crazy.
Oh,
no, it is Friday.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm seeing going on in the political world, and first of all, I'm not drunk. I had a health problem, almost died, and I've got a speech impediment going with it. Anyway, what I see happening, it looks like in Congress, the Senate, and both sides of the aisle, it looks like they don't care what anybody thinks, which makes me think we may not make it to an election, because I'm seeing stuff I've never seen before. So I'm very concerned. So what do you think?
I'm ill at ease about it, too, especially today in the other case, not the one about the conspiracy around January 6th, but in the one about Trump overvaluing his properties. The judge in that, you know, the one that smiled for the camera on MSNBC, he is saying that Trump violated that limited gag order for that
Gary
case.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because, it's dangerous what he's saying.
What do we
I'm
do
thinking
with
it's
it?
dangerous the way you're going after Trump this way,
Exactly.
especially when you claim that Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million. It's
I'll
just
give
a
you
joke.
8.5.
But it's beyond that, David. We were talking yesterday, and it worries me to no end that now 41% of Biden supporters, 38% of Trump supporters think political violence is allowed to stop their political opponents. And I just, okay, good luck. I think anybody that advocates that doesn't know exactly how bad it could get, and we need not go there despite all the frustrations.
Well, no, the president last night on nationwide TV alluded to, without saying it, when he started talking about racism and minorities, you know what I mean, all that. He's pointing a finger at God-fearing, freedom-loving, salt-of-the-earth people to paint us as bad people. So that scares me. That scares me a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's going to take a new generation of folks, honestly. I don't know if they'll ever let Trump back near the Oval Office. He's going to try, but I don't think ever going to try to, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. That's what gives me the most apprehension. I don't know exactly where this is going.
If Trump gets back in office, it's an act of God, because they'll never let him get back in there. It's just not possible.
I think the first one was an act of God. The next one would be a complete miracle.
Well, and I don't have a lot of answers for you, David. My point is you're not alone in your worry. And I just don't want to see this country fall off the rails too much.
Right.
But it seems like the folks leading both major parties and a lot of our major institutions, they're very stubborn about it, to put it nicely.
And there's an
I
arrogance
think they're all in
to
the
it as
same,
well.
in the same direction.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the call, David.
All right, thanks for the time.
See you, buddy.
Call again. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Bath Innovations of Alabama. And there at Bath Innovations of Alabama, Brad McDowell. He's ready to help you. He's put together a great team. You know, they've been serving the community for nearly 30 years. Started
30
up
years.
in 1994 there at Bath Innovations of Alabama. And I like their goal. It's very ambitious. They want to serve every household
Everybody.
here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. And I think they're actually getting close, which is
working on it.
incredible. And so, yeah, aim high, so to
That's
speak.
right.
And at Bath Innovations of Alabama, they have so much going on there, so many ways that you can redo your bathroom, so to speak. What you need to do to start the process is go to bathinnovations.com. Start to mix and match there on the website. It could be you want a new shower head, or maybe you're getting a little up there in age, you're not as sure-footed as you used to be. You can get these, what they call aging-in-place solutions.
Right.
Things like safety bar railings, anti-slip mats,
Makes
all
sense.
sorts of ways to make sure when you're bathing, when you're showering, you're not going to have some mess up in that
I want
regard.
to slip and fall there.
And then maybe you want a full remodel.
Right.
They've got that ABS acrylic shower system, incredible high-strength polymer panels, and you can emboss onto these panels any 4K image of whatever stone you like. So it could be a granite-looking shower. It could look like marble from Italy. But, again, it's a 4K image, so it's easy to clean.
Yeah.
It's not going to break the bank. And they even do laser etching, so it looks like you have a tile pattern, like it's grout, but no grout
No
to
grout
clean.
to clean, buddy.
Really incredible technology. And again, we're only scratching the surface here. So whether you're looking to do a full remodel or just fix up a small aspect of your bathroom, Bath Innovations of Alabama can help you out. Again, go to bathinnovations.com and then stop by 2331 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. And be sure to tell Brad and the team there that Joey and Eddie and Sky from News and Views in the afternoon sent you. More news and views. Hopefully after this we will have Congressman Barry Moore calling in.
Excellent.
I was not planning on this, but just got a message from his people. He's a little frustrated with certain members
Come on and vent.
Yeah.
around the speaker race. So we'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. Don't miss the annual Pumpkin Festival this weekend at Sweet Creek Farm Market. This year, it's bigger than ever. Bring your family for a day of fun for all ages. There will be an arts and crafts show with more than 50 vendors featuring Alabama-made products. The Pumpkin Festival at Sweet Creek Farm Market will have food trucks, bonfires, live music, and entertainment. The kids will love the petting zoo, face painting, pony rides, cakewalks, and inflatables. And don't forget about the pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Come join in on the family fun. Look up Sweet Creek Farm Market on Facebook for all the details. Come celebrate fall at the annual Pumpkin Festival this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4. Sweet Creek Farm Market, 2 miles south of Taylor Road on Highway 231 South. See you at Sweet Creek Farm Market at the Pumpkin Festival.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Travel Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
The fall sale is on, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your floors. During Prattville Carpet's biggest sale of the year, find deep discounts on Mohawk flooring for every room in your home, plus interest-free financing with approved credit. Get new floors before the holidays with huge discounts. Visit PrattvilleCarpet.com or call 285-8117 today.
Travel Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off. Then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 is the number to get in the queue. But hold your horses because we have calling from the swamp, from Washington, D.C., Congressman Barry Moore on the line here. Congressman Barry, how you doing this afternoon?
Hey, man, we're just hanging in here trying to keep the good fight going, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, though. I saw some of the headlines this morning that certain members of the Republican conference are just not there today.
So frustrating, so frustrating. We had members vote this morning. We're trying to elect the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives for the 118th Congress. Jim Jordan is our front runner. We've got a 4-seat majority, and we got members who voted this morning and jumped on an airplane because they had other things they wanted to do or needed to do. And for those of us who are in the fight, you know, to me that is so very frustrating because with a 4-seat majority, every time you lose one, you lose 25% of your majority. And so if you go to the floor and vote to try to elect Jim Jordan as Speaker, there's a chance Hakeem Jeffries becomes Speaker because we don't have a majority.
Wow, I see what you mean. Yeah. We're playing with fire.
Our hands.
Yeah, playing with fire.
We're playing with fire every time we go to the floor. And then you got members who would rather go home for the weekend to do fundraisers or whatever it is they want to do rather than elect Jim Jordan and let's get the House back open and get America moving in a great direction. And we got members that are just, they're not seeing this as it should be seen as an extreme priority.
Now, I saw one guy was on a trip to Israel, but literally people just coming back home. It's one thing to go out of the country. It's another thing to just go back home.
Yeah, we had one member I understand was in Israel. I think he's prior Special Forces Green Beret. He's probably helping get some people out. I kind of understand that, Joey.
Right.
But you know, it's like we need to be where we're in a position to help Israel with passing resolutions and funding our allies in that region and making sure they're safe from Hezbollah and Hamas and Lebanon and Iran, for that matter, any of their enemies. And so that's one thing. But to go home for a fundraiser or for a family portrait, which is some of the things that I've been hearing, is just astonishing to me.
Now, and for folks who didn't hear the press conference this morning, I really appreciated Jim Jordan's short speech before all the reporters started shouting stupid questions, pardon me, where he essentially, if you didn't hear it, folks, laid out how he visited the Wright Brothers Museum. And you go through and you see how that first plane, the Wright brothers barely got off the ground 100 feet. You know, just 40 years later, you've got Yeager breaking the sound barrier. And then a few years after that, you've got a man walking on the moon. And so we are a great country that can do great things. But apparently the third vote also failed. So, I mean, where are we at behind the scenes here?
Well, we expected, here was what we thought was going to happen. There are people behind the scenes in the Republican conference that are terrified of K Street and the lobbying money more than they are the American people, it would appear. Mm-hmm. And what happened, I felt like Jim, because Jim's a dear friend of mine. Look, he and I had a fundraiser scheduled in Montgomery a few weeks ago, and we canceled it because of the government shutdown. We were going to stay here and fight through the approach process and try to keep the government open. You know, we had our priorities in order, and Jim and I, like I said, we're good friends. He's a good man. But behind the scenes, the people may go on the floor and say, oh, Jim Jordan for Speaker. But behind the scenes, you got members of HASS, which is House Armed Services Committee, and the appropriators, who are the big money spenders on the Hill. They're listening more to K Street, the lobbyists who are funding their campaigns, than they are the people back home, the populace that they recommend or represent. And so behind the scenes, I felt like we felt like Jim would lose votes on the third and fourth round, Joey, because they would all about, there would be enough to know that he wouldn't get there. But we felt like that there would most of the people who are in districts that, Jim Jordan's the second most popular Republican in America. We felt like that, maybe they would go out and say Jordan on the first round or the second round. and then he would lose votes so the media could say, oh, he's losing momentum. But remember, it took McCarthy 15 rounds. Jim Jordan is a heavyweight fighter. Going 12 rounds with that guy, he's good for that. And so we expect him to move away a little bit, but I think that the American people appreciate Jim Jordan and the way he is just the heartbeat of America kind of guy, that they will get on those members and say, you either elect Jim Jordan as speaker or you'll be primaried or beat in the general next cycle. And it's just for the American people, we need to be leading right now, and Jim Jordan is quintessential American heartbeat. Like I said, just a great American. He's living the American dream. The guy, he rose through Congress here as a leader. He chairs judiciary. You've seen him fight in the impeachment of Trump. We've seen him chair judiciary. We've seen him pass H.R. 2, the toughest immigration bill we've ever passed in the majority or in the House in general. He's the kind of guy we need. He can lead. He's not that far away, but when you got people getting on planes going home, it makes it that much heavier of a lift, and it shuts down the process here.
Well, and I believe there were reports getting out that in the private meeting last night that there were folks, big dust up with Matt Gaetz again. Somebody lunged and threatened him yet again. I mean, I get frustrated when the so-called adults in the room seem to be letting their egos get the best of them.
Yeah, no doubt there's pressure in that room. There is no doubt. Tensions are high. You know, everybody would like a speaker, but just not everybody wants Jim Jordan, and certainly the K Street people don't. But I think that's the tensions, the fact that we are where we are, and Jim. And look, Gaetz and the 8 had a right to do what they did. I mean, they were within the rules. But now we have to work through this process. We have to not make it personal. We have to make this about policy and the future of this country. And so yeah, it's quite the tense moments, if you will. And man, Joey, I told somebody today, I'm tired of making history. It seems like since I've been here, we've been making history, and it's always great. But hey, we're here to fight. And one thing too, I think people have to understand within our conference, brother, is there is an old guard Republican group in there, and there is this new American First group. And so it's hard to get there. But Jim Jordan is America First kind of guy. He is a conservative. He is an ally of fiscal responsibility and making America great, securing our borders. The things that most of America love about this country and appreciate, the ones that made Bud Light sales decline, the ones that put Jason Aldean at the top of the charts. Those are the people who are pulling for Jim Jordan. Those are the American people, sometimes the forgotten middle class, and they love Jim Jordan. He's just a blue-collar kind of guy. And so, yeah, there are tensions behind the scenes. We expect that because the old guard is being pushed out by this new American First conference members that have come in with conservative ideas, and we're tired of business as usual. We're here to be statesmen and not politicians.
Now, do you think it is pretty certain that it's going to be another round of voting, another round of voting, another round of voting? How long, as long as it takes in that regard? I guess my question is the idea of an interim speaker McHenry dead?
You know, I think that's dead. Jim brought that up in conference yesterday. Hey, if you guys want to do an interim, but that was a little bit worrisome for those of us who thought it was unconstitutional, number one. And number two, not only that we felt like that it might give too much authority to the interim speaker, and we have a responsibility to elect a speaker. That takes precedent, that has absolute priority. And so just doing this interim thing, we think it's important to stay in the fight and get the work done. The thing we run into is we can't continue the votes when we don't have members here, and the Democrats are lockstep at 212 votes.
Yeah, that margin's getting way too close. Well, I appreciate you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's tight margins, my friend.
Well, I appreciate you calling in kind of last second like this, and appreciate the fight that you're doing up there and you sticking up there in D.C. to see this through. And, yeah, we'll stay in touch, and good luck in these coming days.
Hey, thank you, brother. Much appreciated, and y'all keep this nation in your prayers. We certainly.
Amen. Appreciate it. Again, that's Congressman Barry Moore, folks. I like what he was laying down, guys. I mean,
I'm disappointed in some folks going home, especially if the whole family portrait deal is literally somebody using that as an excuse. That's just sad. You got one job, and this is when you're supposed to step up, not take a sick day.
No, but it's a portrait artist who's in very high demand.
I got a feeling they could.
Okay.
I got a feeling they could swing it again at some other time.
Goodness gracious!
Gotta get those postcards for Christmas.
Yeah, that could be what it is.
Get them out on time, man.
Yeah,
Fundraiser.
could be what it is. Yeah.
Important.
This part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And they're River Region Contracting. Wait, you know?
I know.
You do?
I do. I do on several things. I know when I have a problem like a leaky roof.
Yeah.
Of course, I got Clark's number for that. But the best thing I got is when someone calls me and says, Eddie, I want to sell my house, but I need a new roof. because we had that hailstorm recently. And I go, what? You didn't talk to your insurance company about that? And they're like, what? I was like, I've got a company that only can fix your roof, but can help you out with an insurance claim.
Right.
Yeah. And
So-
most of the time, they are thrilled to death.
So, folks, if you don't know, at River Region Contracting, the premier roofing contractor here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas, they can help you with an asphalt or a metal roof.
Yep.
They helped you with your own metal roof, right?
Yeah, they sure did.
And so the inspection and estimates there at River Region Contracting are free.
100%.
Always.
Yep.
Always free. And there, as Eddie's pointed out, a team of insurance specialists. So you got to work with these guys. I mean, there's a reason they're quite popular with our audience because they get the job done.
Yes, they do.
So check them out today. Give Todd Clark and his team a call there at 356-8635. That's 356-8635. Again, that's River Region Contracting, the premier roofing contractor here in the area. More news and views in the afternoon after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Actor Portrayal, based on a real patient experience.
I'm Mike. I'm a husband, proud father of 2, work my butt off 6 days a week, some nights too. When my family or my company needs me to make it happen, I make it happen. But a few months ago, I started having trouble making it happen, in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663. Or go to, if you like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
Shaw's Garden Center and Landscaping will help keep your yard looking its best as the seasons change. Fall is the time to freshen up your pine straw beds. Shaw's has pine straw bales available at cost, only $4.50 each. Pumpkins, wheat straw, mums, sunflowers, and much more. Shaw's can help fight annoying insects with their pest products. With 50 years of experience, the pros at Shaw's Garden Center can offer advice and tips to help get you growing. Visit 3295 Wetumpka Highway in Montgomery or like them on Facebook.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the River Region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Following the front that went through this morning, big improvements. Mostly sunny today. It's going to be a breezy day. Winds occasionally gusting out of the west at about 25 miles per hour, but comfortable. Today's high right around 80. Clear skies, chilly tonight, overnight low 50. What a beautiful weekend ahead. Good bit of sunshine Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday, and mostly sunny Monday. We'll be near 80 tomorrow, upper 70s on Sunday and Monday, and a continued string of nice days next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
ASE Credit Union makes auto loans easy with rates as low as 4.75% APR. Apply online or visit your local branch today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
Hi, I'm Paul Doe. Me and my wife Jessica own the Seafood Bistro over here in Perry Hill and Carmichael. We've been advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting for going on 3 years now. It has been a great turnout. It's been a pleasure partnering with a local company like Blue Water. And if you have your own business, I suggest teaming up with a partner like Blue Water Broadcasting. It's a local company that helps local businesses.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
At AFS Foundation and Waterproofing Specialists, we work on a lot of neighborhood homes, and we're proud to share some of what our customers have said about us.
My basement had massive amounts of water when it rained. I made an appointment. They were professional and honest. I'd highly recommend them if you need help waterproofing your home. You'll be in good hands.
Noticing moisture in your basement? AFS can help. Visit afsrepair.com to book your free inspection. That's afsrepair.com.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. We got Eddie Bader and Sky Mosley in the studio with me.
What's up, buddy?
And who do we got on the line?
T-Spear.
Hey, T-Spear.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'll tell you what, I am watching this show going on in Washington. I'm really kind of watching my words because I didn't write it down. I'm watching this show going on in Washington regarding electing a new Speaker of the House. And I'm watching the Democrats once again flow in lockstep with whatever demon they decide to follow. Here it is. They are supporting Hamas. And what Hamas is doing, then you go right ahead and vote for Jeffrey. Hakeem Jeffrey. Go right ahead. They're not going against or doing anything about Ilhan Omar and Tlaib and the rest of the coven. They're not doing anything. They're stating that they agree with those statements. And if you approve of what the anti-Israelis and the pro-Hamas are doing, you go right ahead and vote for someone like Hakeem Jeffrey, because that's what you're supporting. So anyone out there that knows another person who has the gall to put another Democrat in office, approve of? Is this what we think, what you think so little of the United States, that you would approve of putting someone who tacitly approves of Hamas and the atrocities? You ought to be ashamed. Period. You vote Democrat at this point in time, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well,
no other way of putting it.
I'd imagine, T-Spear, the feeling's mutual, because I've heard them plenty of times say, you vote for Jim Jordan or you vote for Donald Trump, you should be ashamed. So I guess we got shame coming every which way.
Trump did not put us in a war. Donald Trump does not support other wars. Like it or not, that is a fact. But if you do not have a problem with terrorists cutting the heads off of babies, raping women and children, the unbelievable horrors that are real, if you don't have a problem with that, you go right ahead and vote for a Democrat.
Well, I appreciate the call, T-Spear.
A whole lot about them.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, guys. Y'all hang in there. Stay safe.
272-9228. And speaking of that issue, folks, here, let's throw it up. It's a short clip. This is United States Senator, junior senator from Alabama, Katie Britt. Apparently, she's going with Lindsey over to Israel. Let's listen in.
Katie Britt here. Today, I'm headed to the Middle East with a bipartisan group of my Senate colleagues led by Senator Lindsey Graham. This trip signifies our continued, unequivocal, and resounding support for Israel and the right to defend herself against the barbaric attacks on innocent children, women, and men by Hamas terrorists. As a mom, as an American, and as a Christian, I am absolutely horrified by what we've seen. On our trip, my colleagues and I will advocate for stability in the Middle East as we work towards long-term sustainable peace that keeps Americans safe at home and abroad. I will continue to work with colleagues on both sides of the aisle in the days and weeks and months ahead to ensure that Israel has everything it needs. Peace will only come through strength. The stability of the world, the region, security of our own homeland, and the safety of our communities and families depend on it. Please pray for us in the coming days. Please pray for our great nation, and please continue to pray for Israel. Thank you, and God bless.
Again, United States Senator Katie Britt, and perfect timing here because we now have somebody on the phone who I think just absolutely adores a message like that. Red Top, how are you, sir?
Well, I don't know about all this adoration stuff, you know what I mean? I ain't got much to say about that because she's been in D.C. for how many years?
2 now?
2.
Well, it depends on what
with Shelby.
Yeah.
Down in Shelby.
She's a long-time veteran when you count those.
Yep.
And, all, peace through strength is a very, it's very shadowy. And, United States, strongest country in the world, 9/11 brought us to our knees. Same thing just happened in Israel. So all these countries with all their super strengths and all this kind of stuff are being brought to their knees by these thugs with very minimal technology and stuff like that. And, dumping a bunch more money on this stuff. The thing about it is, Joe, is it's really not much being accounted for. In Ukraine, there's so much being corruption and stuff like that. Granted, the state of Alabama is making a fortune off of this because I bet they can't fill the trains fast enough for missiles to go to Savannah, Georgia, because they go straight through Atlanta to Savannah down I-20 because I used to be behind missiles on trucks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't see them doing anything that's going to make a long-distance solution. Certainly not that speech, and I feel it's over-dramatized. And let me make a quick point. I finally found somebody to help me with my music and a flash drive, and it took me forever to figure out how to do this. I wish somebody would have suggested it to me. I took it to around the corner.
XI Repair?
XI Repair.
Yeah.
And they're going to make a flash drive. I'm going to give it to Sky. Got some tracks I'd love for you to hear, Joe. If you like bass, this has got a lot of damn bass in it. And the whole band.
Yeah. All right.
And, I'd like you guys pass it around, and it'll be in a format that you can use it. So that's the exciting part for me today. And our state government, just like our federal government, they listen to nothing that we say, nor do they do anything we want. They are vacant. And that goes to the city government. Now that we're going to probably pay up to $200 to have limbs taken off our curb. Right. Didn't we just have a city council election?
Yeah.
I'd love to get some of them bubbas in. Let's find out who in the hell voted for that. And this started in July when they stopped.
Well, the new members haven't been sworn in yet, I don't think.
Oh, they weren't part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they got sworn in right away.
Final sweet goodbye.
So Szymanski and all these guys aren't responsible for that, supposedly.
No.
Well, I hope. Well, let's see if they reverse it. I bet you they don't, Joey. And have a good weekend. It's going to be beautiful, guys. I hope to have that zip drive into you, or the flash drive, whatever you guys call it, by Monday. Roll Tide, go Trump. Thanks, you guys.
Appreciate it, Red Top. 272-9228. We're really running out of time in this hour, so what I'm going to do is...
How do you never have time?
Your mic's not on.
I noticed that. Whoops.
You told me to talk...
I'm going to learn sign language this weekend, just for you.
He's going to learn sign language, folks.
I've seen he's pretty adept at sign language.
I got a sign for you right now.
What I mean.
Yeah, here's your sign. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Israel says it does not plan to take long-term control over the Gaza Strip after an expected ground offensive to root out Hamas militants that rule the territory. The Israeli military has punished Gaza with airstrikes. Fighting between Israel and militants in neighboring Lebanon has also raged. Republican Jim Jordan has failed again in a third try for the House Speaker's gavel. Jordan getting less votes than in the first two ballots. It's not known if a fourth ballot will take place. Baltimore city officials say a rapidly intensifying blaze has engulfed multiple row houses in northwest Baltimore, and that left one firefighter dead, 4 others injured. The Dow is down 114 points, the S&P 500 losing 24. This is SRN News.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-320-7171. That's 800-320-7171. 800-320-7171.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Following the front that went through this morning, big improvements. Mostly sunny today. It's going to be a breezy day. Winds occasionally gusting out of the west at about 25 miles per hour, but comfortable. Today's high right around 80. Clear skies, chilly tonight, overnight low 50. What a beautiful weekend ahead. Good bit of sunshine Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday, and mostly sunny Monday. Will be near 80 tomorrow, upper 70s on Sunday and Monday, and a continued string of nice days next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. The weather's always changing. Hot as blazes 1 minute, raining cats and dogs the next. What doesn't change is the dependability of Kubota's L-Series compact tractors to handle it all. Kubota and Capital Tractor in Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The city of Montgomery will receive $350,000 to extend the Riverfront Greenway multi-use trail from Riverfront Park to near Shady Street. Funds for the project are part of a $2 million grant the state received from the Federal Highway Administration's Recreational Trails program. Pharmacy chain CVS is pulling all cold and cough medications that contain phenylephrine from store shelves. CVS will no longer sell Dayquil, Theraflu, or several other products that contain phenylephrine as an active ingredient. The FDA recently deemed phenylephrine ineffective. In college football, number 11 Alabama will host number 17 Tennessee. Last season, the Vols broke the Tide's 15-game winning streak in the series. Kickoff 2:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the Auburn Tigers look to break a 3-game losing streak as the number 13 Ole Miss Rebels visit the loveliest village on the plains for a 6 p.m. kickoff. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
May I help you? Well, howdy. I'm Bill the electrician. Come to wire up your new air compressors. Oh, well, Okay. Never seen an electrician pull up in a camo Jeep with deer antlers on the front.
Yeah, that 3 points of beauty, ain't it?
No matter what your electrician is driving, make sure it says Crosby Electric on the side. Crosby Electricians will take care of your electrical issues professionally and for a reasonable price.
Bill, you sure you know how to design these circuits?
Well, of course. And if I do get stuck, I got a secret weapon.
Oh, yeah?
YouTube.
Oh, boy.
Crosby Electric has been serving this area for over 50 years. We have the experience to do your job correctly.
Okay, let's try out these new air compressors.
Bill, you blew up my new compressors.
Yeah, sorry about that. Here, take my Jeep. It's yours.
What?
I'll just keep the horns, if that's okay.
Protect your property and yourself. Always call the experts at Crosby Electric or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Join us on November the 4th at the historic Mark's House in Pike Road, Alabama for the Pike Road Arts and Crafts Fair and get ready for a day of creativity and fun. Discover unique arts, crafts, and jewelry from over 200 talented vendors. Kids will love the Children's Corner with a petting zoo, pony rides, and crafts. Tickets are just $5. Kids 8 and under are free. That's at the Pike Road Arts and Crafts Festival, November the 4th from 9 to 4 at the historic Mark's House on Old Carter Hill Road in Pike Road, Alabama, where creativity and family memories come together.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. We're testing something out here. I've got it turned low. Could you talk, Eddie?
How you doing, Joey?
Yeah, it's real hot.
How about now?
How
about now? Now?
Yeah, that's all right.
That good? That good
Yeah,
for you, Joey?
They're
That
right.
What you need?
See how hot that's getting?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that needs to be adjusted. That's really hot right there. I'm going to turn you off. And then here's the deal, Eddie.
Right.
If you want to speak, no, don't give me a signal. I've got a signal for you. You raise your hand.
I knew this day was coming.
You trying to say, you want to say something? Raise your hand.
No.
All right.
Eddie, you can come over here with me, and
No, I'm fine.
we'll do like a Paul and George thing.
We'll have a sideshow going here in a minute. We're fine.
Let's go to Eric. Eric the dog. Hey, Eric.
Do I have to raise my hand too?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Well, it depends on where your hand's been.
Right. Figuratively, at least.
Oh, picky. You're looking good today, Joey. You look all dapper and stuff.
Yeah, I'm working at it. I feel
Looks like you need one of those. Go ahead.
I'm turning over a new leaf, but I need one of those.
Need one of those what? Leaves?
Butlers?
No, you were about to say I look like I need one of those.
Oh, yeah, a pipe. You need a pipe.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a monocle, but pipe is good.
Well, that works too. I was also thinking about a propeller hat. One of those propeller beanies.
No, I was actually that came with this outfit, but with the headphones, it's kind of difficult to do all at the same time. I thought you were going to say an ascot.
Well,
That's what Eddie was telling me I need.
Oh, I was thinking it. But you have ascots, so
I don't.
You chose not to wear it. You don't? I
No.
thought you did. No, wait.
Nah, and if I do, that's all I wear. So that's not for public consumption.
That would be Joey. That would be the best. You could borrow Eddie's convertible. No, wait, his wife's convertible.
Thank you.
Not on my leather seats.
Eddie, if you want to talk, you have to raise your hand.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Hey, can somebody call Katie Britt and tell her to stop crying when she does these little press releases?
What are you talking about?
Look, just somebody remind her that she is not trying to get Wesley to take her to see the Barbie movie. And, she's talking to constituents who find that extremely annoying.
But she's just being passionate about the cause, man.
No. Every time she's passionate, it sounds like she's about 3 inches away from dying. Quit. You stop.
Just talk like a normal person. That's very condescending to think that you're that passionate about everything, and that you're probably considering sending some of our military over there to fight. Where's the compassion for those people?
But, back to our earlier conversation, the Romex Angler is now commenting on the live stream. Joey Clark Live on YouTube, folks. Like and subscribe. Ascots are just fancy bibs. Well, yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're bibs for people who can afford them.
Yeah, throw the ascot on, get a big old thing of crab legs, and maybe even get some steak cooked up. Dip that steak in some of that butter while you're also eating that crab being cracked open. And it's a good night.
Get you some live lobsters.
Yeah. And you cook it up spicy in that boil bag, real spicy, and you make sure that spice stays on your hands before you do anything else. Adds a little fun.
Oh, Joey, I wish we weren't on air because I got something hilarious to say, but it's wildly inappropriate, so I'm not going to do that to you.
But I have to say, I feel like I feel healthy. I do feel in my right mind. Like I am getting, I'm tightening up for this upcoming election year. And really, folks, I'm turning 40 in December. I'm 39. I'm turning 40 in December, and I feel like I'm doing well. Oh, Eddie's raising his hand.
I
what
thought
is
you're
that?
already 40.
Are we going to have a 40-year-old virgin?
Oh, sorry. I turned on the right mic. Say that again?
Are we going to have a 40-year-old virgin?
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, like in the movie.
I'm not going to answer
Like,
that
is he
question.
requesting that, or?
I guess.
Is Eddie requesting a 40-year-old virgin?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I look forward to turning 40 here in December.
We can take you to Atlanta.
What day? I know it's December what, 3rd, 5th? 1st. I knew it was right in there. If I'm in town, we gotta go hang out with your birthday, and I don't know about spicy crab legs and ascots, but maybe a beer or something.
All right then. Well, yeah, we'll go eat some buffalo wings or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Got to get Eddie and Sky to go too.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I got to see this. It's been said that life begins at 40. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to
Eddie, if you want to talk, raise your hand. Go ahead.
Life starts sucking at 40.
Oh.
Thus spaketh Eddie Bader. I appreciate the
I
call,
was doing it
Aaron.
wrong. All right, y'all.
See you, man.
See you, buddy.
272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. Ashley and her team do great work over there at Pest Pro. Of course, they can help you with any emergency. Maybe you got a termite infestation. Maybe you got a big property and you thought, well, I can just go get a spray bottle to handle these fire ants. No.
No.
Because they've built a big network underground. But here's the best way to work with Pest Pro Services. Of course, again, they can help you in a jam. Just call them at 265-9990. But you might as well call them at 265-9990 and say, hey, I want you to be my everyday pest control company. They'll get you set up on a quarterly schedule. By the way, they're folks that show up on time. They get the job done. And I love that amazing staff Ashley and her team have built over all these years. They've grown leaps and bounds in the last 3 or 4 years. Great local success story. And not only do they have the skills, not only do they have the latest and best technology to help you deal with those pest control problems, they're just good people. Always giving back to the community. Essentially, Ashley's built a work family there looking out for the river region. So check them out today. Again, that number, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. You can also always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell them, well, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. Sky, I don't know if you caught this story, if the show maybe before us has talked about it, but it's just a quick rip and read blurb.
Yes.
But apparently Victoria's Secret says it will no longer prioritize wokeness over sexiness after sales drop.
Well, it's about time. They're figuring it out, apparently.
Huh.
Wokeness over sexiness. Well, that's a battle you just can't win.
No, you can't win. It's like Playboy trying to go to only articles.
Yeah.
And they have good articles. Are you going to say something, Eddie?
Articles aren't that good.
You have to read them.
I did for the longest
Oh, okay.
time.
I'm sorry, I've already cut your mic off. Let's
Eddie
go.
claimed he read the articles.
Let's go to Dr. Sam. Hey, Dr. Sam.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. How you doing?
Fantastic. A couple of things I just wanted to run by you.
All right.
First and foremost, I think I'm going to get you and Eddie on a national talk show.
Okay.
You guys' chemistry is absolutely fantastic. And I have a lot of friends in the business. A lot of them have passed away, but and also I want to thank the gentleman I called a little bit earlier today about young Booth.
Oh yeah.
Now, the Tonight Show took off on that after they got it because they were talking about different, funny different names that were running for office.
Right.
So Jay Leno, which I'd met several times over some situations of, going out on the West Coast and some record deals and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I want to thank him for saying, Dr. Sam is a legend in this town. God bless you, brother. I'm not, but I do appreciate you saying that.
That's
I've been
true
here
story.
almost 50 years, and not only do I love Montgomery, but I also love the Tri-County area and everybody that's listening, Greenville and Troy and, Clanton, all over. But he said, you always tell it like it is. You never just beat around the bush. So why? Why do you want to beat around the bush? Just tell it like it is.
Right.
Nevertheless, I do thank him for his kind and sweet comments about what he had to say. And I know it's going on almost 50 years, but when you're about ready to run up the white flag, when you hear that, it just fires you up. And I can tell you that that makes you feel so honored and so humble that you're going to have to probably put up with me a couple more years.
Well, and if you want to be my agent or business manager, get Eddie and I a gig. I'm all for it. We could just expand out from Montgomery, put it on the map.
Oh, well, hey, brother, I can tell you, I can get it done. WYNY in New York in 1990 offered me almost a 7-figure digit to program that station. And you know what I got to thinking. I said, you know what? I make it a great salary. Now, why do you want to do that and get shot down and all that crap? And I don't know the north stuff. All I know is the south stuff. And I love this area. And I want to tell you something. Eddie Bader has been looking for me for and he knows what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah.
He is fantastic. He's fantastic. He's run several things by me, and unfortunately, it didn't work out the way we wanted to. But he ran it by me, and I appreciate that, Eddie.
I appreciate you, Sam.
Yeah, and Joey, you're doing a magnificent job. But I just want to tell you, you guys, your chemistry is fabulous. I've been operations directors for several years on big stations, and you know what? I love listening to you every day. I won't take up any more of your time. God bless you. Pray for Israel, please.
Amen.
Well, God bless
Thank
Sam.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Sam.
High praise.
Love you, brother.
Love you both. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
272-9228. We might as well just switch it back. This is not an
Yeah,
improvement.
it seems to be getting worse.
It's not an improvement at all. What? What was that?
No.
You're gonna sing? Eddie's gonna sing for us, folks.
Start the recording.
No. No, I'll swap it back here in a break.
All right. This part of the program brought to you by New Look Decorating Center. And they're at New Look Decorating Center. Well, of course, Brett Lanham is the manager over there, and he's ready to help you out, whether you're doing it yourself or contracting out a paint job, or it could be you want to restain a deck. But there's a specialist you need to go see there. I hear she's not only talented, but incredibly beautiful and has a good head on her shoulders. That's Katie. She is the wallpaper and fabric specialist there at New Look Decorating Center, especially if you're looking for that in high demand, that Tebow wallpaper. Yep. She can help you out there. But of course, Katie, Jordan, Brett, the entire team there at New Look Decorating Center can help you if you are, well, looking to find that right coat of paint, that Benjamin Moore paint to get that job done. Again, do it yourself. They can give you tips and tricks so you do it yourself the right way the first time. Maybe you're contracting out. They know all the painters in town, all the contractors in town. 40 years in business here in Montgomery. I mean, that alone speaks volumes. So check them out today. You can always call New Look Decorating Center at 271-0007 or go to newlookdecoratingcenter.com. But I really encourage you to stop by 6237 Atlanta Highway, right where Bell Road dead ends to Atlanta Highway. You'll see it in all its glory. Benjamin Moore's New Look Decorating Center. And be sure to tell Brett and Jordan, Katie, whoever you work with there at New Look, that Joey from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. More News and Views, well, after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Shaw's Garden Center and Landscaping will help keep your yard looking its best as the seasons change. Fall is the time to freshen up your pine straw beds. Shaw's has pine straw bales available at cost, only $4.50 each. Pumpkins, wheat straw, mums, sunflowers, and much more. Shaw's can help fight annoying insects with their pest products. With 50 years of experience, the pros at Shaw's Garden Center can offer advice and tips to help get you growing. Visit 3295 Wetumpka Highway in Montgomery or like them on Facebook.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Joey. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. And there's plenty more to get to here. In particular, did you see President Biden's address last night from the Oval?
I was watching something else, but I kept getting lots of updates about it, and I don't think it went over very well, Joey.
Yeah, well, let's play a portion of it
Okay.
just to give a sense of what actually happened and went down. This was last night from the Oval Office. These don't happen that often, folks. They really don't. So let's bring this up on the live stream again. Joey Clark live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. My goodness.
Yeah, this happened to Sky yesterday. I don't know what it's all about.
Yeah.
But is this a speech where he brought in tying Israel money?
We're facing an
with
inflection
Ukraine
point.
money?
Yes. So here we go, folks. Let's play a portion of this. It's from the beginning.
In history, one of those moments where the decisions we make today are going to determine the future for decades to come. That's what I'd like to talk with you about tonight. You know, early this morning I returned from Israel. They tell me I'm the first American president to travel there during the war. I met with the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet. And most movingly, I met with Israelis who had personally lived through horrific horror of the attack by Hamas on the 7th of October. More than 1,300 people slaughtered in Israel, including at least 32 American citizens. Scores of innocents, from infants to the elderly grandparents. Israelis, Americans taken hostage. As I told the families of Americans being held captive by Hamas, we're pursuing every avenue to bring their loved ones home. As president, there is no higher priority for me than the safety of Americans held hostage. The terrorist group Hamas unleashed pure, unadulterated evil in the world. But sadly, the Jewish people know perhaps better than anyone that there is no limit to the depravity of people when they want to inflict pain on others. In Israel, I saw people who are strong, determined, resilient, and also angry, in shock and in deep, deep pain. I also spoke with President Abbas, the Palestinian Authority, and reiterated that the United States remains committed to the Palestinian people's right to dignity and to self-determination. The actions of Hamas terrorists don't take that right away. Like so many other, I'm heartbroken by the tragic loss of Palestinian life, including the explosion at the hospital in Gaza, which was not done by the Israelis. We mourn every innocent life lost. We can't ignore the humanity of innocent Palestinians who only want to live in peace and have an opportunity. You know, the assault on Israel echoes nearly 20 months of war, tragedy, and brutality inflicted on the people of Ukraine, people that were very badly hurt since Putin launched his all-out invasion. We've not forgotten the mass graves, the bodies found bearing signs of torture, rape used as a weapon by the Russians, and thousands of Ukrainian children forcibly taken into Russia, stolen from their parents. It's sick. Hamas and Putin represent different threats, but they share this in common. They both want to completely annihilate a neighboring democracy, completely annihilate it. Hamas' stated purpose for existing is the destruction of the state of Israel and the murder of Jewish people. Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. Meanwhile, Putin denies Ukraine has or ever had real statehood. He claims the Soviet Union created Ukraine. And just 2 weeks ago, he told the world that if the United States and our allies withdraw, and if the United States withdraw, our allies will as well, military support for Ukraine would have, quote, a week left to live, but we're not withdrawing. I know these conflicts can seem far away, and it's natural to ask, why does this matter to America? So let me share with you why making sure Israel and Ukraine succeed is vital for America's national security. You know, history has taught us that when terrorists don't pay a price for their terror, when dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos and death and more destruction. They keep going, and the cost and the threats to America and the world keep rising. So if we don't stop Putin's appetite for power and control in Ukraine, he won't limit himself just to Ukraine. Putin's already threatened to remind Poland that their western land was a gift from Russia. One of his top advisors, a former president of Russia, has called Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania Russia's Baltic provinces. These are all NATO allies. For 75 years, NATO has kept peace in Europe and has been the cornerstone of American security. And if Putin attacks a NATO ally, we will defend every inch of NATO which the treaty requires and calls for. We'll have something that we do not seek. Make it clear, we do not seek. We do not seek to have American troops fighting in Russia or fighting against Russia. Beyond Europe, we know that our allies, and maybe most importantly our adversaries and competitors, are watching. They're watching our response in Ukraine as well. And if we walk away and let Putin erase Ukraine's independence, would-be aggressors around the world would be emboldened to try the same. The risk of conflict and chaos could spread in other parts of the world, in the Indo-Pacific, in the Middle East, especially in the Middle East. Iran is supporting Russia in Ukraine, and it's supporting Hamas and other terrorist groups in the region, and will continue to hold them accountable, I might add. The United States and our partners across the region are working to build a better future for the Middle East. One where the Middle East is more stable, better connected to its neighbors, and through innovative projects like the India-Middle East-Europe Rail Corridor that I announced this year at the summit of the world's biggest economies. More predictable markets, more employment, less rage, less grievances, less war when connected. It benefits the people, it would benefit the people of the Middle East, and would benefit us. American leadership is what holds the world together. American alliances are what keep us, America, safe. American values are what make us a partner that other nations want to work with. To put all that at risk, if we walk away from Ukraine, if we turn our backs on Israel, it's just not worth it.
That's in part what President Biden had to say yesterday from the Oval Office. And I'll put it this way, if American leadership is what holds the world together, and if you were able, because it was completely on the up and up, to defeat Donald Trump, get the adults back in the room, if your leadership, from career people like Tony Blinken to Jake Sullivan, to everybody else on the National Security Council, and everybody else who's there in the Senate and has been for longer than I've been alive, if these are the adults in the room, and if American leadership is what holds the world together, then why the hell are we seeing what we're seeing, Joe? Because it seems like American leadership since the beginning of the 21st century has been war, 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 and sometimes a fight and a war, I guess, is necessary, but it doesn't seem like we win them anymore. You know, on the one-year anniversary of Ukraine, it struck me that we have people leading us that could be described as sheep in wolf's clothing. And the kicker is those pelts of those beasts they're wearing, they didn't kill those beasts. Nope. Their fathers did. Their grandfathers did. But if American leadership is the glue that holds the world together, why the heck is the world falling apart? And the real kicker and the real question is, in terms of deterrence, okay, if we pull back, it's going to embolden terrorists, it's going to embolden dictators like in Russia. Well, what if you keep spending money and you still don't win? What message does that send to the likes of China and others around the world? It's not some clear binary choice, and that's the kicker. We've got adults who don't know what they're doing, and yet they have the title. 272-9228. Luckily, there are a few voices up there, newly elected voices, They're actually speaking, I think, on how a lot of Americans feel right now.
Yep.
If we want to be leaders in the world, it doesn't mean sending weapons and money to purchase weapons all over the damn place. Seeing American taxpayer dollars take out American taxpayer dollars over the skies of the Holy Land. That's what I see every time the Iron Dome intercepts those rockets. American leadership would be to be the shining city on the hill. But can you honestly, with a straight face, even though it might offend your deeply held beliefs, say we're shining right now? Or that we're very much on any sort of hill whatsoever? Or are we sunken low in the valley while we pretend we're still up high, where the air is crisp? 272-9228. Let's go to Dennis real quick. Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
You know, it sounds like in his speech what he was really saying was that he needs to make sure that Ukraine gets enough backing so that they don't lose in order to expose the big guy and his connections with a barista that would be exposed and probably put a lot of the Democratic chain into a turmoil.
Yeah, it's just miserable to watch, and also to see how he delivered it, how this man is barely holding on, even with all the cocaine they're giving him. Or I'm sure it's not cocaine, it's some other legal upper.
Well, I wish they would move the teleprompter closer or give him some glasses, because that squinty look he's got is so creepy. So creepy.
No, folks that don't have many more years on this earth are looking to ruin it for everybody else that has a few more decades. Well, actually, it looks like they're trying to speed up everybody's life expectancy to theirs.
You know, I seriously believe that and for the people of Ukraine itself, I really have a heartfelt sympathy for. But I mean, because they're the people who're just trying to make a living and do what they need to do. But to have governments come in and do all kinds of things to undercut that, and then to use the United States government here to cover things up in order to enrich their own pockets. I take issue with that, guys. I mean, I really do. So, you know, there needs to be something that comes along out of this in one way or another to expose exactly all the monies that and how they've been spent. There needs to be some type of oversight and expose exactly dime for dime who got this money and where it went to, because this amount of money, man, you could buy all kinds of serious weaponry with that. And I don't see any weaponry being purchased. I see it being donated, but I don't see any being purchased. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind to it. Figure it out, guys, and let us know.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis.
Work on that one.
272-9228. Let's go to Bob. Hey, Bob.
Hey, good afternoon. I saw the most amazing video I have seen in a long time yesterday evening. I was watching a fairly new news outlet. It's called Victory News. It's about 3 years old, and it's coming off of a religious broadcast channel. But anyway, it's very well done. They have a lot of national personalities on there and for comments. But he said, I want to show you a video before I end this program. And so this video that he showed, it looked like it was coming from China. There was like hundreds of 10 or 12-year-old young people in uniform matching that looked like it would be Hamas or some kind of group like that. But anyway, and they were in regiment doing chants and doing some kind of movement, military-type movement. It's like a propaganda thing they were working on, and what they were saying in Arabic, I guess, was interpreted to mean, you know, kill the Jews or whatever. But there was a huge number of these people. They were that same age, in uniform, with all the same uniform, doing all these crazy movements. And I thought, well, this is China, Iran, or somebody. And he said, where do you think this video was shot? And I was guessing somewhere overseas. He said, Houston, Texas. Blew my mind that there were so many that age. And, I've seen like this out of a Hamas training, but I haven't ever seen anything like this coming out of America, but it was shocking.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like we're not watching our own back door, so to speak.
Literally.
Or front door, for that matter.
Either one.
Well, Joey, when they went in after President Trump's speech a couple of years ago, they rushed Congress, all that. But I couldn't envision them rushing the White House or Congress with AK-47s. I don't believe the police there are equipped to thwart such an attempt on our government. So it's scary what's potentially out there.
Yes, it is. Well, I appreciate the call, Bob. Thank you, sir. Serious times indeed. 272-9228. Now, the Romex Angler is finally giving us fashion advice today.
Oh, Joey.
Good.
On the live stream again, Joey Clark Live on YouTube. That's Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And, of course, you can always watch on the Book of Faces, my Facebook page, News Talks, or Twitter X, if you like that platform. Live streaming in all locations there. But Romex Angler comments, I'm a little slow today. But Eddie, the button-up looks great. Nice upgrade for the live stream.
Laundry day.
And then Michael Victor says, y'all look like you're going to see your lawyers today.
Not me.
No, probation officer.
And then Romex
You guys aren't
follows
going
up
I see that.
saying, Joey, is that one of those Sacagawea coins on your lapel? No, it's not a Sacagawea coin. Hold on.
Get a close-up of that.
Here, I'll stand up. How about this?
Stand up.
Real close.
Are you standing up yet?
Man.
That is a Don't Tread on Me Gadsden flag snake.
There it is.
Yeah.
Looks good on you.
Very nice. Very
Don't
nice.
step on snake. That's the message there.
Okay.
But
Well said.
it's actually a popular one. When I've worn this one to shindigs with the fellow people on the right, a lot of Republicans tend to like this particular one.
Is that so?
Yeah. But here, let's hit a quick break here. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. Kim Williams and her team are ready to help you, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. If you really need that help, somebody to guide you through that home buying process from pre-approval, you don't want to skip that first step, all the way to closing day, Kim and her team can really help you out.
Or maybe such a way of explaining it where anybody can understand it.
And, it's not like they're trying to meet some quota. It's not like they're trying to get you into a deal that isn't right for you. In fact, they're so honest there. They'll tell you, hey, you ain't ready for this.
Don't do it.
But they'll give you steps and ideas on how to go about actually being in a position to own a home. Or maybe it's not your first rodeo and you want to work with folks you can trust who are local. Maybe you called one of those 1-800 numbers or you used some national website and you had surprises on closing day.
Not fun.
Go with a great local mortgage company like Alabama Home Mortgage. And, of course, they can also help you with that refinance deal to get that debt off your back, especially that credit card debt with average APR. Average at 28-something%?
Yeah, average.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to live that way, especially if you have equity built up in your home.
Correct.
They can set you up with a great refinance deal to get on a sounder financial footing. So check out Alabama Home Mortgage today. You can always call them, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies, like Kim Williams and her team will prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. We got Bill in TS coming up after this quick break. Y'all stay put and y'all stay tuned.
Joey Clark.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Actor portrayal, based on a real patient experience.
I'm Mike. I'm a husband, proud father of 2, work my butt off 6 days a week, some nights too. When my family or my company needs me to make it happen, I make it happen. But a few months ago, I started having trouble making it happen, in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. If you like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Following the front that went through this morning, big improvements. Mostly sunny today. It's going to be a breezy day. Winds occasionally gusting out of the west at about 25 miles per hour, but comfortable. Today's high right around 80. Clear skies, chilly tonight, overnight low 50. What a beautiful weekend ahead. Good bit of sunshine Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday, and mostly sunny Monday. We'll be near 80 tomorrow, upper 70s on Sunday and Monday, and a continued string of nice days next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Bill, who's up next. Hey, Bill.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, Bill?
I'm great. How are y'all today?
Doing all right.
Hanging in here.
So, y'all were talking about the money going to the Ukraine and to Israel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've probably invested way more than we should in the Ukraine.
Agreed.
Let me ask you a question. Realistically, how many roads could we have built or repaved with all the money we sent over there?
$100 billion, not as many as we should be able to, because we're bringing up other problems.
If we had a better negotiator, we could get more of that.
But yeah, you could have done a lot. $100 billion is still a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, well, every president promises to start rebuilding our infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we doing more of that?
Because the election ended. They make the promises,
So,
never fulfill.
And the money that is going to Israel and Palestine, I'd be almost willing to bet that for every dollar we give Israel, we give Palestine too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And once they get it, they've got a choice. They can buy beans, bandages, or bullets. Which category do you think they'll spend the most of?
I'm going with bullets.
So for every dollar we give Israel, we're going to give Palestine 2 to hurt Israel.
Yep.
That doesn't seem like a very good idea to me.
No, and it's been the plan, I guess, since we've been doing this. Like, amazing chart I saw the other day, Bill, where it starts with Camp David in 1979. Clinton tries with Oslo in the early 90s. There's another try again in the year 2000. Bush tries to. And what happens is this negotiation or deal is made. Then it falls through, and the Israelis out of a failed deal get more land, and the Palestinians out of a failed deal get more money. So if that's the incentive, why would they ever have a negotiation that actually succeeds?
Right.
Well, the two-state option has been negotiated 5 different times.
Yep.
All 5 times, and several of these times, Israel was getting a very, very tiny portion of the land to call their own.
Especially that one in 2000. It was a crazy deal, actually, but it was still rejected.
Well, and realistically, a two-state plan is never going to work. You would have to go to a minimum of 3-state, maybe 4, because you're going to give Palestine 1, you're going to give Israel 1, and then you got to have somewhere for the people that disagree with neither one of those countries or doesn't side or associate with either one of those countries to have their place. And it's kind of like, where does it all end? And the Middle East has been up in an uproar since Isaac and Ishmael. So it's not going to solve itself anytime soon.
No, it is not. Well, Bill,
Why don't we take the money? Why don't we take the money that we're going to give Israel and Palestine and take Palestine out of the equation and tell Israel, okay, you've got a lot of refugees that are going to come out of Palestine. You've got to take care of them. You've got to protect them, feed them, clothe them, whatever they need.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, though. But here, Bill, I got to run. I appreciate the call, man. Really good hearing from you.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Bill.
Let's go to TS real quick here. Hey, TS.
Hey, TS.
Hang on. I got to get you on the phone.
All right. Or accidentally hit hang up. Call back, TS. How about this? Hit a quick break.
Take a break, man.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Good morning. Do you have time for lunch today? My treat.
Absolutely. But what's the occasion?
I'm in love with the new 24/7 Express kiosk at Worth Cleaners. The kiosk is so easy to use, and I can drop off and pick up on my schedule. Thank you for sharing that tip with me.
You're welcome. I'm happy to have my lunch buddy back.
Have you tried the new Worth Cleaners 24/7 Express kiosk? This is the first service of its kind in Montgomery. Customers love the convenience of dropping off and picking up dry cleaning and laundry on their schedule, day or night, 365 days a year. Even if you've never used Worth Cleaners before, you can go to their location at 7825 Vaughn Road today and use their 24/7 Express kiosk. Instructions along with several descriptive photos are posted on the wall next to the kiosk to aid customers who are first-time users. Give it a try. Visit our Vaughn Road location or find Worth Cleaners on Facebook for more information. Your family's clothing is worth it.
Hey guys, are you looking for a professional and reliable tree service company in the Montgomery and surrounding areas? Well, check out the folks at Tree Masters. It's a name you know and trust. From pruning to full tree removal, they'll even help you remove your shrubs. They service all of Central Alabama, including Lake Martin and Lake Jordan. Call them for a free quote today at 334-676-3638. That's 334-676-3638. Tree Masters.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go to the phones and talk to Michael Cohen from Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing this Friday?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Now, I got to tell you something. I think you pretty much sold me on the Napoleon grills. When I got to see those firsthand, have you go over all the different bells and whistles those things have, especially that sear station, I mean, that's the way to grill.
You're not kidding. The sear station is awesome. You know, when you can seal in all the juices, when it can get up to 1,800 degrees and, I don't know, like 60-something, 90 seconds or something stupid. It once again, it makes pros out of amateurs.
Well, there we go, Joey.
Yeah, it's like that Ruth Chris's steak.
That's all I can think about.
That's
Get
right.
that sizzling effect.
Man, that's the way to do it. It gets that good sear on. But and I imagine you could do that with all sorts of, like you could probably do a prime rib and something like that. Get a great sear and then throw it in the other side of the grill to do a long, low and slow cook.
Well, you can do that, but what I was also told is that you can do that with your prime rib. You can sear it, then you can move it over there to the rotisserie.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
And just let it turn at a low volume, a low temperature, and it'll come out just beautiful.
And for folks who don't know, this is like a gas grill. This is something where you light it up. It's pretty easy to get the heat going.
Yes, and so the Napoleons are gas, and then they also have a little deal that you can take the burner out, and then you can put in a special tray, and you can do charcoal, because some people still want to have a little charcoal.
Cool. Mm-hmm. It's good flavor.
And then they also have a deal that you can put your wood chips in if you want to have some hickory flavor or something to enhance the taste of everything.
Well, folks, you got to get by there to see not just the Napoleons, but all the grilling options and plus all the great electronics and appliances they have there at Cohen's. So you can always go to thinkcohens.com. That's thinkcohens.com, or give them a call at 277-8890. But the best way is stop by the Boulevard there, 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. Y'all are open till 6 today. How about tomorrow?
9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays, and come on in and see us and let us help you make the right decision.
Well, I appreciate it, Michael, and we'll talk again next week.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You too, Michael.
Let's go to TS. Hey, TS, let's try this again.
Okay, hold your microphone off your head, because I'm about to give you the welcome I used to give you. You ready?
All right.
Joey! Okay.
Music to my ears.
Oh, just stop. All right. None of this is in any particular order. And I've known Michael Cohen and Rich Thomas when they used to come for 2-for-1 crab claws beginning at 11 o'clock at Igor's back in the day.
Oh, I used to love
That's
Igor's.
not even... Oh, my gosh. Okay. I don't know which way to go. The $100 billion that, Joe wants to give up to everybody, and we're going to support the Ukraine economy. And then he's like adding things like, okay, we're going to tie in the border crossing, blah, blah, blah. seriously, can we take care of our documented citizens first?
Good
We'll
idea.
see. Well, yeah, I talk to people, like little people at Dollar General, and they're hurting.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just what about our underprivileged, our veterans and everybody? They're roaming around the streets. Now, some of them want to be homeless, but many need help. That being said, Joey, are you still supporting Jim Jordan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, in my ideal world, we would never find a speaker, and the Congress would always be stuck.
Well, yeah. What? No, stop.
No, but this whole idea we need to govern, it's like that's been the problem.
Joey, we need a speaker that speaks for everybody in the House or the Senate or whoever. They're just all messed up. What if we just go in there and just take them all over and we just do our own thing?
I remember we tried that January 6th, didn't we?
I know.
I wouldn't do that.
We're all just going to get in trouble.
Not all of a sudden, unless you
Joey,
become like a commie, then they'll be like, "Yeah, this is the
I'm
voice. This right is the voice of the unheard."
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we are the voice of the unheard because we're tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joey, did you see that little Boston Terrier that I posted on your Facebook page?
I did.
It's like my 5th rescue.
Mm. I did. Cute dog, but it's not for me. Keep trying, though. Keep trying.
I love you more. You guys have a great weekend.
You too,
Thank you.
Tia.
Yes.
What's wrong with that dog?
Nothing wrong with the dog, just not right for me.
Maybe you're not right for the dog.
Maybe.
I like to think that. Yeah. Dogs are perfect. It's the people that are the problem.
You really don't like. You've been bitter lately. Are you bitter?
Bitter party of one, baby. Got a lot.
Final hour of news and views on a Friday. Come on.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Republicans have dropped Jim Jordan as their nominee for House Speaker in a private meeting. This comes after Jordan failed in a third try for the Speaker's gavel. But Jordan lost ground as opposition deepened. President Biden pushing for a $105 billion in funding for Israel, Ukraine, border security, humanitarian assistance, and countering China. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says the president's budget request is critical to advancing America's national security. Still waiting for an update on the auto strike, UAW says the president, Sean Fain, will inform members on progress in contract talks this afternoon. The Dow is down 215 points, the NASDAQ losing 159 points. This is SRN News.
Hi, former CI officer and survival expert Jason Hansen here. I teach people how to prepare for the unexpected. And right now, most Americans with a 401k, IRA, or other types of retirement accounts are not prepared for a financial crisis that could hit the U.S. in the next 45 days if we don't fix our ramped up government spending. I have partnered with Advantage Gold, the #1 rated precious metals company in America, to release my new Financial Crisis Survival Kit that's 100% free for everyone with a retirement account who calls in today. Simply call 800-900-8000. My Financial Crisis Survival Kit is jam-packed with valuable information on how you can protect yourself with physical gold and silver. Your first step to protection is calling 800-900-8000 and speaking to one of their gold IRA specialists.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Check with your financial advisor before investing.
Again, simply call 800-900-8000.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Following the front that went through this morning, big improvements. Mostly sunny today. It's going to be a breezy day. Winds occasionally gusting out of the west at about 25 miles per hour, but comfortable. Today's high right around 80. Clear skies, chilly tonight, overnight low 50. What a beautiful weekend ahead. Good bit of sunshine Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday, and mostly sunny Monday. Will be near 80 tomorrow, upper 70s on Sunday and Monday, and a continued string of nice days next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations since we began in 1906. At CB&S Bank, we're here for you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
1819 News.
An execution date has been set in Alabama for an inmate serving time for murder. Governor Ivey has approved the scheduled time frame to execute inmate Casey McWhorter by 6 a.m. on November 17th. McWhorter was convicted of robbing and killing Edward Williams back in 1993. McWhorter was 18 years old at the time. The U.S. Supreme Court had an opportunity to review McWhorter's case in 2021, but declined. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
A Birmingham police officer was hospitalized on Thursday night after being hit by an SUV on Interstate 65. The officer was in one of two patrol cars that were placed on the interstate to block traffic in a lane where there was a disabled vehicle. The SUV did not switch lanes but ended up hitting the patrol car. The driver was arrested for driving while under the influence of alcohol. WBRC News is reporting on the Carly Russell case that apparently was quietly resolved last week in a Hoover Municipal Court. That's where Russell was convicted of faking her own kidnapping. Russell was given a 1-year jail sentence and a $17,000 restitution fee. However, Russell and her attorneys plan to appeal the case. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall spoke with WBRC News saying that Russell has the right to appeal, but he's also confident that the facts will speak for themselves in that appeals case. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. Don't miss the annual Pumpkin Festival this weekend at Sweet Creek Farm Market. This year, it's bigger than ever. Bring your family for a day of fun for all ages. There will be an arts and crafts show with more than 50 vendors featuring Alabama-made products. The Pumpkin Festival at Sweet Creek Farm Market will have food trucks, bonfires, live music, and entertainment. The kids will love the petting zoo, face painting, pony rides, cake walks, and inflatables. And don't forget about the pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Come join in on the family fun. Look up Sweet Creek Farm Market on Facebook for all the details. Come celebrate fall at the annual Pumpkin Festival this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4. Sweet Creek Farm Market, 2 miles south of Taylor Road on Highway 231 South. See you at Sweet Creek Farm Market at the Pumpkin Festival.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon.
Hey, you see that last comment? Oh, never mind. Next to the last comment now. They got your guy.
Jim Jordan gone. Well, that's the news, folks. Secret ballot where they picked the nominee. Jordan now just lost that. So we're back to square one. But Michael Victor is suggesting on the live stream, again, Joey Clark Live on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Jim Jordan gone. I say go George Santos. I think you're right, Michael Victor. That man would represent D.C. quite well.
I kind of starting to agree with you on that, Joey.
Because he's done all sorts of illegal financial
Correct.
things. So why doesn't he just make an honest man of him? Like make him speaker, and that way he can take money and engage in graft and extortion and bribery on a legitimate legalized basis.
So many of those people say that Santos makes him look bad, Joey, because he's gotten caught.
But I think this moment at a Phillies baseball game sums up what's happening behind the scenes right now.
Oh?
I don't know if you saw this, Eddie, but if you're watching the live stream, folks, again, Joey Clark Live on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
This is a fan ran on the field.
Oh.
So watch this. No sound here, but fan runs on the field. Boom!
Well, how long ago was this one, do you know?
This, I think, was yesterday. Look at this hit. Make that
lick.
man a strong safety in the
That
NFL.
is a good lick. Well, when you're a
That
security
guard took him out.
You're making $8 an hour. And, yeah. It's still not as good as the nun. I've seen the video. There's a nun out there that attacks an environmentalist. I mean, and this is a nun. So when I think of a nun, I think of Rosie.
Yeah.
Imagine Rosie running a 4.40 and just tackling you, because that's what this nun did. In full nun regalia, too, by the way.
Well, now let's go to the troublemaker himself, Duke. Hello, Duke.
What up, Duke?
I definitely am gonna make some trouble with you, sir. Now what is about this Jim cat that got you loving on him?
That the Democrats hate him.
Huh?
Because that the Democrats hate him.
Give me something better than that. Give me something better than that now, because this.
No,
guy
I think inspiring hatred is now my muse.
No, he want no far right cat like got no far left.
We need more far right.
He's
We don't need any of that.
We need more far right. Yeah. We need more far left. We need enough of this moderation we're addicted to in that capital city of ours.
That's the reason
Den
of
vipers, a viper's brood.
That's the reason you got boys and girls out there playing the damn sport they don't need to be playing on the men's team and the boys team, because
of Jim Jordan.
It's going too damn far to one side. Huh?
Yeah, but Jim Jordan's on the other side of that one side.
Now Jim Jordan, he's just a puppet for Trump. That's all he is.
How can he be a puppet for Trump? Just because he likes the man doesn't mean he's a
that was
puppet.
his man. Trump said it was his man, and everybody lined up and got in line. When Trump said
So
that, that's
anybody that's ever said anything good about Trump, they can no longer be Speaker of the House?
No, what
Is
I'm
that the
saying,
big rule?
Trump came on TV and handpicked this individual right here, okay? Jim Jordan is my man. Everybody went stone crazy. Wanted this boy in there all of a sudden, but they showed him that Trump's not that powerful as he thought.
Nor did they show him that, hey, we're a bigger establishment. You're not going to mess with our money that we're stealing from everybody.
What does he stand for, Joey? Higher taxes, lower taxes, or did he challenge Trump? High taxes?
What?
Added to the deficit? Huh? Did he challenge any of that? No, hell no, he did not. All of a sudden, y'all loving on talking about he gonna so conservative come my ass. I'm gonna say ass no time today. I say it all day.
But he is conservative. He's much more conservative than most of them that are up there. What's wrong with that?
Conservative what?
Conservative in the sense of he's not going to go along to get along. He's going to stand up for what he believes in and what his constituents told him.
What the hell conservative is he doing? Conservative that getting something done for the American people. Give me something. Conservative he's done.
Well, right now, I think just the fact that he's in the fight shows he's got more teeth than half the people up there. I mean, Duke, you want to just keep going along to get along, and eventually we're going to be broke? Is that the plan?
I'm laughing at all of them because none of them done a damn thing on either side, okay?
They hadn't, Duke, but they're taking your money. You're the sucker. I'm the sucker. Joey's the sucker. So we get a guy up there that wants to stand up for us, and you want to dog him out.
We all love this guy here. Not going to stand up for us because he didn't do it when he had a chance when Trump was in office. For 4 years, they had to control both sides, and they do a damn thing. But run up the national debt some more, okay? Now they want to point the finger talking about, oh, my children and grandchildren all the damn sudden again talking punk crap.
So you want to continue the road we're on? That's good enough for you?
No, I want these people to tell what they're going to do, like this guy Joey had on earlier. He talked about all the problems that were going on, but he didn't say how he's going to fix it. I mean, I can talk a good game, but how can you get it done?
Well, so far, most of them cannot.
No, Duke, in my ideal world, both people on the right and the left will realize, and folks who call themselves moderate, sure, I'm an independent. Okay. So independent. You sound like you're using talking points. But it would be good if Americans realize these folks can do little to nothing for you.
They go up there and get rich, you know. Come on back home and lie to y'all some more and lie to us some more and say, hey, we're going to, like the mayor, you know.
Well, and also, I love this idea that it's only single, like, leaders, like dictators that can be despotic, like a Putin or a Xi.
Talking about, see? That's what I'm saying to you white guys. I mean, they just, what's wrong with these white guys? They want to be dictators and autocrats.
You ever heard of Idi Amin? He wasn't white.
Huh?
Idi Amin? He wasn't white.
He like Michael Jackson. He didn't know what color he was. He bleached up or something. I don't know.
Wait, is now the head of the Chinese government white?
He's got some mix in him, but I think it's just with Chinese and Chinese. I don't think there's any white in there.
He may have 1% or something else in him, and they say back in the day, if you got 1% of you in it, and you're total 100%.
No, but what I find fascinating, and those guys are certainly dictators, is people have this idea that this thing we call democracy can't be despotic, and just as bad in many respects.
But boy, Joe, on a serious note, Joe, it appears that this country wants dictatorship kind of government running in. Or y'all following up?
It does seem that way.
You're exactly right, dude. You're right.
It does seem that way.
It does.
It seemed that way for a while now, but I got to run, Duke. Appreciate it.
Later, Duke. Have a good weekend, brother.
Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
That's Papa B.
Hey, Papa B. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, sir. I'm doing okay. Getting ready to take a little trip down to the beach next week.
Oh, beautiful weather for that, brother.
So, you know what? I couldn't have timed it better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the weather's supposed to be awesome. And I always like to go in the fall anyway.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it's not as crowded.
A little more quiet, easier to enjoy.
And I don't cook like a slab of bacon that I would in July and August. So,
do you even put the sunblock on in the fall?
Yeah, oh yeah. I have to, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, still, I mean, you know, in the summer, it's miserable, man. All I want to do is stay in the air conditioning in the condo.
It's the truth.
So, it is.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you know, with Biden, he can say some good things, but the thing that I guess everybody keeps thinking is, I mean, well, I do anyway, dude, it's not what you're saying. It's what you've been doing. You're an agent. You're a foreign agent. I mean, that's what he is.
Yeah.
If what we've been told is true, and it is, he's an unregistered foreign agent posing as the president. So you're going to sit there and tell me about spending money in Ukraine? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, he's already, you know, that he's already crossed that bridge. I mean, the idea or the knowledge now that he and his family enriched themselves from money that we sent over there to the Ukraine, kind of, I mean, it kind of stops all that kind of talk. I don't know what. I mean, do you think that everybody else thinks that way, or pretty much everybody, when they hear him talk like that?
I think a lot of people do.
A lot of people do think that.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people might agree with what he's saying, but the way it's being said isn't exactly inspiring confidence. And I have to just admit, Papa B, I'm sitting here listening to you, and you're making good points, but I'm just sitting here stewing. That I tend to think that the leadership of the Republican Party, especially in that Congress, they have nothing but contempt for the Republican base. And it's been that way for a long time. And if y'all's argument is we're not as bad as the Democrats, you deserve to lose.
Definitely.
No, please.
Don't ever forget when Republicans had 100% power.
Yeah.
And all we talked about was getting rid of Obamacare. What do we still have today, folks?
No Obamacare.
There you go.
But it's toothless. It's a toothless wonder right now. Although that could change in a minute. Yeah, well, because of the, you know, rulings of, you know, mandatory type things that were in that law. But it could change in a moment's notice. I mean, there's no doubt. But, you know, I'll agree with you, Joey. Yeah, and it just shows you. And like I said, that's exactly my point from, you know, 2 years ago. I just woke up and realized, yeah, okay, the Democrats are bad, but we've got our problems mainly stem from the Republican Party.
Well, and think about it in this
Just
context.
as much the Democrat as anything else.
And think about it this way too: what did the Democrats try to do when they got into power in 2020? They tried to add states to the union. They tried to add reforms and judges to the Supreme Court. They were going to centralize how voting is regulated in the country. They were trying to do massive structural changes that give them more power. And the Republican response, once they get the House, is like, well, we might cut a little bit in the increase.
Right. It's unbelievable. Right. It really is. It's like, they're hell-bent for leather on the Democrat side, and the Republicans are like, well, let's just do it incrementally.
Right.
Let's just destroy the country incrementally.
Slowly but surely.
Right.
If you get there fast or slow, you got the same results, baby. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, look, y'all have a great weekend.
You too, Papa B.
Appreciate it, man.
Looking good, too, by the way.
Let's go to line 4. You're on there. Who's this?
Love.
Hey, Miss Love. How you doing?
I'm doing bad, but God got it. God got it.
There you go.
Jesus is great. I want to call, and my views on the Democrats and the Republicans, they're all the same. Out for what they can get for themselves and make promises on top of promises. But I bet anybody money that they will not sign an affidavit saying they're going to do everything they promised us they're going to do. What you think about that? You think they will?
No. I wish they would, but no.
Well, I asked at the meeting, Miss Beard, and the two people that were running with her, that was the question I put in the box. Will you sign an affidavit saying everything you said tonight you would do? All three of them said yes.
Wow.
So I know what they said they would do.
Right.
So, but now this part I want to say, can't say because these people don't advertise with you, but it's a wonderful thing for your audience. Can I say it?
I'll guess I'll be the judge after you say it.
Okay. Between now and Sunday, anyone that don't have a Sam's Club can get a Sam's Club for $15.
Yeah, that is an advertisement. We can't do that. I appreciate you trying to help folks out, but no, we got to look out for our sponsors.
Y'all
Thank
have
you.
a blessed
Thank you, Miss Love. You too.
Let's go to line 5. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, good afternoon. It's Blair.
Hey, Blair.
How are y'all?
Doing wonderful, especially now that you called. How are you doing?
I'm good. I have 2 points. The first point to Miss Love, who I love. She's a sweet lady. The only politician, if you can call him that has ever done what he promised he would do is Donald Trump. Not only did he do what he promised he would do, he did more. So I'm very, very happy with him.
And so, but it's crazy though, Blair, but Washington's response to that is throw him in jail.
Right.
I realize that, but you know what? That man has got to have the biggest pair because I don't know anybody that could withstand the persecution, and God's watching. But the second point is I learned something new from Duke. Thank you, Duke. I did not know that if a person has at least 1% white in them, then they're white. So, let me think. That means that Barack Obama has at least 50% white in him because his mother was white. So, Obama is white. So we haven't had our first black president yet. And you need to think about that, Duke. Duke is always pointing out the different colors. I don't look at people's colors. I get irritated when people look at people's colors. And they say they want people to be fair, but they are the ones that continue to look at people's color. So that's my 2 cents, and I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and roll tide. Love y'all.
See you, Blair.
Appreciate it, Blair. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, well, they can help you fellas out.
They sure can.
Now, it could be on stuff that's a little sensitive. Like if you do have, say, ED problems.
But they can help with that.
Or PE problems. I'm not talking about you have trouble at recess during physical education. You know what I'm talking about, gentlemen.
They got something for that, too.
Or also, you could have prostate issues going on.
Oh, yeah.
And they could help you figure that out. But what they really specialize in is, well, this new epidemic amongst men in the Western world, that's low T, low testosterone.
Right, Joey.
You know, most men, they start to get less testosterone production as they get older. That is natural. You shouldn't worry in the sense that you're hitting your 50s, you're hitting your 60s, certainly, and you're not seeming as energetic as you were before. You're not getting the muscle mass you thought you should from all the work you're doing in the gym.
Right.
So even if you're that age and you want that edge back, especially that libido, they can help you out there. But low T is also a problem for a lot of men in their 20s and 30s.
Sure is.
In the Western Hemisphere. So here's what you should do. Call up Montgomery Men's Health today. Make an appointment. 440-3663. And for only $99, you can get a testosterone score. It's just a quick blood draw, as well as a PSA test, which is a great marker for prostate health. And if you do have low T, they have treatments at Montgomery Men's Health that can truly change your life. Most men after these treatments experience higher energy, better gains in the gym. Brother. That's right, brother. Better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns. You might even notice an increased sex drive. There's a lot right with that.
Yes, sir, there is.
A lot right with the world when that's all fixed up. So again, that number, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com and be sure to tell them, well, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. More News and Views, well, after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your fall market report on real estate in the River Region. From January through September of 2023, close to 3,600 homes have sold and closed in our area through area realtors. Our average sales price is approximately $250,000, which makes us one of the most affordable areas in the state to buy a house. So far this year, sellers that listed with an area realtor were blessed with a sales price that was 98% of the listed price or possibly above listed price. Because we have had a severe shortage of houses on the market, the buyers have had to look a little longer to find a home that satisfied their needs. Even with higher rates, local mortgage lenders have found ways for buyers to buy down rates on their mortgages and making the transition from tenants to home ownership possible. For all the details, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Next contestant. Honey, you look confused. What's wrong?
I'm having a hard time remembering to take my medications like I'm supposed to. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to worry you.
I'm glad you told me, because I heard that Adams Drugs has a medicine on time service that will package your monthly medications and make them easier to manage. Our neighbors, Bill and Leslie, mentioned the other day that they use Adams and how they have made it so easy for them to manage their medications.
Do you think we can call Adams Drugs or go by there and see if they can help me? I don't want to get to the point where you have to put me into an assisted living home.
Why don't you get your medications together right now, and let's go down to Adams and talk to the pharmacist.
How much does the medicine on time service cost?
I asked Bill that same question, and he told me it's a free service for Adams customers.
Free? Wow, I'm feeling really good about this already. Let me grab my meds list.
Call Adams Drugs Medicine on time for your pharmacist consultation. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for more information on our Medicine on Time packaging service.
At Humana, we believe better care begins with listening. So that's just what we do. We listen to what our members want and work hard to bring you support to help you feel your best. Our Medicare Advantage plans are made to fit a variety of budget and health needs. You'll get personalized help as you explore your options and benefits that go beyond what you might expect. Benefits like $0 premium options or all-in-one plan options, plans that include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. When it comes to the benefits and support you need, You spoke, we listened. And our Medicare Advantage plans show it. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO PPO PFFS organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Rounding out the week here, rounding out a Friday. Eddie Bader in the studio with me.
How you doing, bud?
If you haven't heard, Jim Jordan is out now.
Yeah.
Despite all the hope, despite that go-get-it attitude, he's done. We're back to square one.
Why do you think he's out, Joey?
Because I think the moderate, say, hodgepodge that we have, they're used to getting their way.
So we're going to end up with some vanilla? Somebody that's just going to do whatever, lay down and...
No, we'll see what we end up with.
I got a feeling it's going to be that temporary guy.
But, I mean, maybe just not having one's better. Then they can't pass anything. Oh, but that's what we sent you up there to do. Not really. Not really. I feel kind of forced to do it. I mean, isn't it a weird contract you have with your, say, congressman or your senator or your president? Like, say you hire a doctor or a lawyer.
Okay.
And, like, those are very important jobs, right?
Yeah.
And say you realize your lawyer's giving you the runaround and charging you for things that he's really not doing. What would you do?
Terminate him.
Yeah, and you go probably get another lawyer.
Usually that lawyer fires the last lawyer.
If the doctor's giving you a bad opinion, what do you do? You get a second opinion.
Get rid of him, yeah.
Yeah. But if your congressman you elected does something that feels like betrayal to you.
I write him an angry letter.
And he says, well, you can fire me, but you got to wait 2 years.
You can fire me, and you better find a campaign because...
And by the way, you can't fire me. You have to consult with everybody else in your certain area around lines, kind of a cage, lines, district lines that we draw ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like just such a voluntary process, right?
To me, what really came apparent, and I guess we always knew it, but for Junior, JFK Jr. to put this in our face and say, I can't run as a Democrat because they
RFK Jr.
Yeah, sorry, RFK. They won't let me run as a Democrat. I'm like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. You're a Democrat, you should be able to run. No, the party won't let me. The party won't even let me run. So that tells me, as much as we braggadocious about being free, there's two parties that run this country. And if they don't like you, they won't put you on the ticket.
Yeah. And they all seem all gung-ho for more spending.
Yeah, two parties run these elections, right? They run the elections.
There are a few, and it's mostly within the Republican Party where you're seeing some of the folks breaking bad with this system.
Yeah.
For instance, here's one of them. In response to Biden
Vance.
and his speech last night, here's J.D. Vance, the new junior senator, brand new freshman senator from Ohio.
Ohio?
Let's listen in.
America doesn't need client states, we need real allies. And if the Europeans aren't going to step up and actually carry their fair share, they're not real allies. They're basically depending on our generosity.
Yep.
And right now, Sean, we just can't afford it, and we can't support the weapons necessary to fight a 2 or, God forbid, a 3-front conflict if China invades Taiwan. We know right now, Sean, that there are artillery shells the Israelis need for their operation in Gaza that we have sent to the Ukrainians. Why have we allowed our industrial capacity, Sean, to get to the point where we don't make enough artillery shells to support our friends? And given that reality, why is Joe Biden going on national television and selling people on a Ukrainian escalation when Joe Biden is talking about the terrible tragedy in Israel? Whatever your views, Sean, on Ukraine, it is a separate country and a separate problem. I think what the president did is completely disgraceful. If he wants to sell the American people on $60 billion more to Ukraine, he shouldn't use dead Israeli children to do it. It was disgusting.
Agreed.
Strong words there from the senator from Ohio, and I appreciate him putting it out there like that. You know what? The politics is starting. Yeah, I really am trying to turn over a new leaf. Now I'm constantly doing this, but you've been talking to me off the air. I feel like I'm turning a corner this week. I really have been.
You're dressing nicer.
Dressing nicer. I feel more productive. I've been happier generally.
Well, that's good.
It was great. We celebrated 1819's 2-year anniversary Wednesday night. It was great talking to so many folks. Next week we got, I believe on Monday, a lot of different guests lined up. Like the live stream is coming together slowly but surely.
Yeah.
I'm a new uncle. I can't wait at the beginning of November, taking 3 days off to see my new niece, Lucy. I mean, so many things happen in life, and I feel better, but I'm starting to feel the politics creep back in and ruin all of it. All of it. Y'all make life miserable.
It's supposed to be making our life easier, I thought. I mean, instead of all of us doing this, I thought we elect one person, and they kind of do it for us.
So that said, let's try to find something a little different, shall we? I'm looking through my list. No, that's politics. Oh, here's something. That's completely nothing to do.
Oh, you saw this?
With any of this crap. Yeah. Oh, this is quite something.
Okay, when I first saw it, well, we'll watch it first, but when I first saw it, I thought something else completely.
What?
When I first saw the video, I thought something else completely.
You did?
Yeah. I thought they were friends, and he was just taking him swimming.
Oh, so they don't even actually have the video here.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No. But you see that big kangaroo? He looks like a fun little kangaroo, right?
Yeah.
Well, and him and that dog I thought were playing, but they were being fun swimming partners.
I'm seeing if I can find the video so we can actually watch. Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Yeah. See, I mean, it just looks like they're having fun.
Yeah, they're just having fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's riding him.
Here, I'm going to mute this just in case.
Yeah, probably so.
Because I got a feeling what we're looking at here, and if you're not watching the live stream, you can go to Joey Clark Live on YouTube. But I've got the video paused, and what are we looking at, Eddie? That looks
a kangaroo riding on the back of looks like some type of shepherd dog. And honestly,
that looks like your dog.
Yeah, I saw this, and I did it. I literally thought, well, the kangaroo and the dog are friends, and just goofing around in the water.
Right, but I don't think the owner of the dog thought that.
No, thank God.
Okay, he's getting up close, and the kangaroo is just on the back of the dog in this like water, and now they are fighting.
The kangaroo and the human. Yeah, come at me, bro.
Wow. Okay, let's see if we get the video back. Okay, it went black for a second.
Yeah, now the camera.
Okay,
look at that kangaroo.
That is a hold on. That is
kangaroo
a
has been on the
swole
inside.
Kangaroo.
He's been on the inside.
He's been in the yard
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like. Hold on. There's that one shot of him. We got to pause it on.
Dude.
That is
That thing is cut.
Dadgum. He doesn't skip leg day or chest day.
No.
Would you want to fight a thing like that?
No, that's why I got a gun.
Well, at least we don't live in Australia.
But did it not? Now, you see, look at the big old claws he's got. But I really thought he was the dog were just goofing around. But obviously, he was trying to drown that dog.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, he was going to succeed. He
What a
had
jerk.
That dog. Yeah. He had that dog in the position. He was going to succeed.
Yeah, there it is, folks. Holding on to that dog. And the guy confronts it to his credit.
Thank God he did.
Gets up and, like, punches him. Dadgum. That is a serious animal.
Yeah. Yeah, and luckily they're in the water. If he wasn't in the water, he would have jumped up and got him with those hind legs and just
ripped him open.
Yeah, yeah. But even then, dude,
Yeah,
come at me, bro.
I wouldn't want to mess with that thing. I wouldn't want to mess
What
with
about
that
if you
thing
had
at
your
all.
paddle? You wouldn't feel safe with your paddle?
No, not even with the paddle. Because that is an unreal animal right there.
I didn't know they were that just naturally that fit.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we don't need that in our lives.
No.
But
I'm
it's
all
better
about
than watching politics go down in Washington, D.C., that's for sure. I'd rather fight a kangaroo.
I feel like I had a better chance.
Yeah, maybe that's what Jim Jordan's thinking.
Yeah.
Like, take his ball and go home. Like, I think that's what. Do we end up back with Kevin McCarthy?
Well, that came up a couple of days ago, and everybody kind of joked it off. But a lot of these politicians like to put silly things out there just to kind of get read the temperature of the room.
All right.
I think we're going to get that temporary nerd.
Now, here's another. This is slightly political. Again, this is from Not the Bee. You know how all these folks keep like super gluing themselves to the road or sitting in the middle of the road to fight, climate change?
Yeah, they don't do that in Titus, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right, but this is what's going down these days, and why don't they do it in Titus, Eddie?
Probably because they'll get this kind of reaction we're fixing to watch.
Well, that's a good point. So here it is, folks. Let's watch this go down. Let's see if we can actually play this. If not, I'm going to have to dump it out. But it looks like it's a little fracas.
Stop!
Okay, well, the reason they're yelling, stop, 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 no, stop, is because they were trying to block the road, and this bus is like, I'm not stopping. And he's not going fast or anything, but it just keeps on moving.
More or less got his foot off the brake. But do you notice how many people are in the front of the bus watching it and enjoying it? I mean, as if it's look at
Oh, yeah, I see them. Yeah, they are not stopping whatsoever.
No one's encouraging the driver to stop either, besides the people that are slowly rolling underneath the bus.
Okay. Yeah, you might want to get out of the way.
That's why they don't do that in Titus.
It's like, stop your bus. Stop it.
How dare you?
Stop your bus. Which, oh, by the way, Greta's all for the Palestinian cause, apparently.
Would you see her fake arrest the other day? I think it was yesterday. She got fake arrested. And pulled it
fake
back
arrested
down.
again?
Yeah, and then pulled it down.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
Hey, Eddie. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing the live stream now on my TV.
Awesome.
Kind of, yeah. Y'all look good on the big screen.
No, all right.
Yeah.
I threw you a curve last week when I brought up something about a Lodge tailgate grill. I just wrote it in.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I've been hearing you advertise like for Cohen's Electronics.
Yeah, great.
Talking
folks.
about the grills they had, the pellet grill.
Mm-hmm.
And my son-in-law's got one like that. But I ordered me and my son. I got him one for his birthday or for Christmas. But they call it a tailgater. It's cast iron, but you can cook like 4 to 6 hamburgers at the time, 2 steaks. But I mean, it gets super hot being that cast iron. So I'm just trying to let Joey know, for a small crowd or something like that. And they're not just a little over $100. And you'll keep them out of the weather. They'll last for, I don't know, years, I guess. But they're kind of like the old hibachis that used to be around in the 70s.
Oh, I remember those little grills. You could not destroy those little grills, man.
Yeah, they were cast iron.
Yep.
And that's what I was looking for when I found this. But Lodge, they got their own website. You can order straight from the company. And I'm big into cast iron cooking anyhow.
Well, and I appreciate you joining the live streams.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. That way I ain't got to keep my phone tied up.
There you go.
I've been just listening to y'all on my phone, but now that y'all started doing this, I can just get you on YouTube.
Now, Eddie, since you seem to pay attention to the show a lot, Eddie Bader here has been trying to get me to do a meetup for a while.
Yeah.
And several other people want me to do that. And, do you think maybe us two here who are on the show every day and a lot of listeners, we start the movement to bring back fondueing?
I've had fondue, Joey. And fondue is pretty good.
Fondue's good.
I do
cheese
agree with you.
and
The cheese
cooked,
and
fried meat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think there were a lot of accidents back in the 70s. People get drunk and knocking over the fondue pot.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
I'm all about the meat, the fried meat. Now, I'm a meat eater, but
I think that would be a fun thing. Instead of and I think I'm going to use this as a strategy if I'm asking a gal out on a first date or maybe a third date. It's like instead of coffee let's come over to my place. We'll fondue.
Well, the girls you like to date will remember the fondue. So yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. You bring the cheese, I'll bring the oil. I appreciate the call, Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie.
All right, you guys take care.
You too, brother.
Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Susan, and I'd just like to make a comment, if I might, please. We don't have to discuss it.
But I was calling about the commercial. Well, it's not a commercial. It was your advertisement a few minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, about you being a Christian station. And I listen to you every time I'm in the car, and I listen to Greg. I don't listen to the morning show. But I was wondering if the commercial that you have about it.
You mean about
Greg
erectile dysfunction?
Yes, Greg does a commercial that cleans it up. But the one that I heard, here on your channel, on your hours, it's gross. It's like juvenile. It's not adult. Do you think you ought to clean that up? I'm about to stop listening altogether, and I understand I called this message into the earlier morning show, and he said that I wasn't the only one complaining about this. So,
and you're talking about recorded spots?
Yes, it's the same commercial. The guy talks about has to make it happen in the bedroom. I'm sick of it, and I think other women are too. I understand that mostly men call your station anyway, so I just had to get that off my chest. I'm sick of it. Thank you.
I hear you, but why is this? I don't know. Do Christians not want to have it happen in the bedroom with a happily married person and situation?
Oh, I say absolutely they do, but I don't think they have to describe it as that. I think they can go to Greg's commercial sometimes and listen to his. It's more adult. It gets the message across, and maybe the audience that you all are, or that this audience is gearing toward, are people that aren't as educated and don't know what erectile dysfunction means. They just know what it means.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the call, Susan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
(272-9228) is the number. Let's hit this break. More news and views in the afternoon. Well, after this, actually, look at that.
You see the Romex?
He's one to talk. No, but look at that photo on the stream, man. You're right. These guys in this bus are enjoying watching the show.
I feel like they're encouraging the driver. Just keep going. You got it. You got it. They're good.
Right.
You got it. You got it.
My goodness. Here, folks, we will be right back after the break.
Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hi there, I'm Madeline Cannon with Alabama Home Mortgage. Getting pre-approved is the first step towards home ownership. People are often scared or nervous about taking that first step, but I'll tell you, it's nothing to be scared of. At Alabama Home Mortgage, we will take the first step and every step along the way with you. Call us at 567-4223. We will gather the information needed to tell you exactly what you qualify for. After a call to Alabama Home Mortgage, you will know what price point to shop for, what down payment is required, if any, and what your monthly mortgage payment will look like. We take all the guessing out of it. Then, when you find the house you want to make your home, you are ready to make an offer. Along with your offer, you will submit your Alabama Home Mortgage Pre-Approval Letter. This shows sellers that you've already taken the steps necessary to ensure that you qualify to purchase their home. Wait no longer. It's time to take that first step together. Call me at 567-4223 or start the process online at myalabamahomemortgage.com.
That's Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Get excited about the weekend weather. It looks just about perfect. Tonight, mostly clear skies and kind of chilly. Overnight low temperature down to about 51. But a great weekend with abundant sunshine Saturday and Sunday. High near 80 Saturday, 76 Sunday. Even Monday will be in the mid-70s. A great start to the new week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors & More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors & More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Let's very quickly go to Cowgirl here. She just called in, folks. Welcome back to the program. Hey, Cowgirl, how you doing?
Hey, guys. So, I got to throw my little 2 cents in now.
Throw it in.
Because, you know, I listen all the time. If it wasn't for ignorant people, I guess it'd be a boring world, wouldn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so, you know, when you have these things called sponsors, they have, like, you know, commercials, and that's just the way it is. You know, I get tired of seeing commercials on TV about women's stuff, like tampons and pads and all that, but,
Amen.
you know, I'm not calling the radio station or, you know, the TV station and going, I can't stand that. Y'all got to stop showing that. Well, they're not going to because that's what they're getting paid for. Wow. I just think it was ridiculous, and it's not your fault, and it's fine. I don't see a problem with those commercials. I know they're sponsors; they're going to play commercials. If you don't like it, then move along. Okay.
Well, Cowgirl, if I'll just put it this way: if you want to come over and fondue, you can anytime with me.
This is not, Joey, this is not the way you meet women.
I'm not trying. I'm talking about cheese and meat.
No wonder you're single.
It's not everything's a frickin' innuendo. Why don't you grow up, you juvenile delinquent?
I'm just surprised. I'm glad that you are trying, though. You're putting it out there. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's great. Anyway.
Appreciate you, Cowgirl.
Thank you, Cowgirl.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
You have a great one.
Let's go to JR real quick. Hey, JR.
Hey, go ahead, JR. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, JR. How you doing?
Now I know who this is. Crap.
I think that old girl's the definition of a Karen. What do you think? Not Cowgirl, the one before it.
You're in the ballpark there.
I tell you what. Ooh, she pissed me off. All right. Well, y'all have a great weekend.
We got another break to hit. Hopefully we'll have Ray Bowles on the other side of this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This October, we're kicking off spooky season with our Truck or Treat giveaway at Wind Creek, Wetumpka, where you could win a new Ford F-150. Come play throughout September and October to earn entries. Then starting at 5 p.m. on Saturday, October 28th, we'll have drawings every 30 minutes for free play, cash cash, and a chance to win the ultimate tough-built vehicle, a new Ford F-150. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
It's fall, y'all, at Mama's Produce, and boy, do we have what you need. We have mums of every color. Corn stalks will be in soon, pumpkins. We have fall flowers and fall vegetables. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page, Mama's Produce. We post what we have as soon as it comes in so that you're right there. Check out our gift ideas as well.
Y'all come on down to Mama's, right next to Prattville Farm Center, 1154 South Memorial Drive. Everybody loves Mama's.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. Over here at Home Depot trying to get some crates. The only thing in my life that's in disarray, because I'm OCD and everything's got to be an exact certain way.
Mm-hmm.
It drives Angie nuts, but the house is always just, you ought to see my garage. There's just 2 cars in it.
What you doing this weekend, Ray?
They're like, how do you do this? I'm like, well, you ought to see my attic. So I'm in the process of straightening up the only thing that's in disarray in my life, the attic. So I'm down to 3 tons. So that's what I'm working on this second.
What do I have to do to make you think my house is somehow in your life and you need to come straighten it up? Because that sounds
just
like
call me. Yeah, 285-8117. I've got my honest to goodness, one of my closest friends. I don't know how they live like they do. I said, look, if you'll go on vacation, your house will be straightened out when you come back.
I kind of like this
idea.
idea.
Like, well, what about all my stuff? I'm like, stuff is from the devil. It just ties you down.
And of course, people need to lock in those great sales you got going on here in the month of October.
Absolutely. Listen, there's a reason you want to call Private Carpet, because I'm OCD when it comes to laying floors too, and I want them right the first time. And if for some reason something happens, we're right there on you to make sure it's right. And look, we're putting down 200 jobs a month.
Wow.
Something's going to go south on you sooner or later.
Yeah.
You want the person that's going to come running as fast as they can to make it right.
So that number still 285-8117.
That's it. Call us today. We'll come out and give you that free measurement. All month long, we've got these sales going on. So give us a call. We'll come out and give you that free measurement.
Well, I appreciate you, Ray.
Guys, have a great day.
Have a great weekend, Ray.
Sorry, I was a little distracted by some of the comments. Hey, look at that comment right in front of us there.
Oh, okay. I don't know about your viewers.
Yeah, Tanya's saying we could talk about that stuff all day long, and that she's an educated woman. And then Romex Angler says, Joey, if you need a date this weekend, I'm available. I don't look much like a lady, but companionship is what matters.
I told you, get you a dog. If you don't get you a dog, get you a dog.
Well, at least we now know that we have Abe Lincoln Republicans who listen to the show. Takes all types in this world, folks. Big tent.
If we were all the same, it'd be an incredibly boring place, Joey.
Big tent. So you want to get out of here? Did we learn anything today?
I learned that my love for Joe Biden is completely just dwindles more and more.
What about for the Republican Party up there in D.C.?
I have a lot of contempt.
Yeah.
Lots of contempt. I'm at the point now, let's bring back Trump for the speaker. I'm back on that train.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm back on that train.
Yeah, even if he's in jail, he'll be like speaker in spirit.
I still don't know how it's going to work. Are they building a special jail that has Secret Service capabilities?
I don't know.
How are we going to do that?
With like a whole media room,
right,
too? With
right.
a teleprompter?
You know he's going to have a press conference now and again.
And Trump said, I will go to jail
yeah.
for the cause.
He's willing to. He's more than willing to. And didn't you tell me he's kind of, that gag order, he's kind of pushing his luck with the gag order about his value of his properties?
No, but I think here's how we solve our problems as a nation.
Okay.
Whether it's the Speaker of the House race or it's his presidential election and all the lawfare on Trump, I think we just need to all get together and fondue again.
You and the fondue.
I just want some meat and cheese.
Clogs your arteries.
Yeah, but what else is new?
Yeah, true.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg Vidal. He's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Republicans have dropped Jim Jordan as their nominee for House Speaker in a private meeting. This comes after Jordan failed in a third try for the Speaker's gavel.